Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Bronze Reaper podcast. I'm your host, Rosalind Perkins, and what's going on, everybody? What's going on, Osto Gray? We got a great show today. We got actually a good show. Give me a second. Sorry, everybody. Let me see. Give me a second. The white supremacists in the Civil War with the with the white conservatives and the liberals. The reason why I named it this way is because it's a this is a three-way war. I don't think people understand this. You got the white nationalists, also known as, give me a second, the white nationalists, also known as white conservatives, versus the white supremacists, the all right, Ku Klux Klan, the racists, whatever you want to call these type of people. And we also have the liberals. These are all three types of white supremacist groups. No matter how you put it, no matter how you label it, they're white supremacist groups. Um, Give me a second, everybody. We're about to get busy out here. Uh, I'm sorry, but it's just I'm getting stuff still set up and stuff, and I see things is different now. I'm doing things with ads off, and it's dope, man. YouTube is actually starting to do stuff differently, so that's a good thing. Um, I hope everybody's weekend was good. I took Monday off because I wanted to do a little bit of work. I got the work done. I did more. I had to do phone calls and just get ready and stuff. Shout out to Duke 3110. He's holding it down for the conservatives. Trump 2028. Okay. You know me, I have no dog in this fight, so this is why I say, I'm with the fuckery, so I'm gonna say this, man. It's to me, it's funny to see white supremacists crash out. They haven't been the same ever since fucking. I'm gonna be personally honest. They haven't been the same since Charlie Kirk. You know, they wasn't winning anyways. I think Charlie Kirk is a mediocre podcaster as it is. So, to me, he's a shock jock. He has always been a shock jock. He don't give out great information. He don't know half the shit that he's talking about. These statistics that he looked up, he gets it from pseudo intellectuals. He's a college dropout, so and there's nothing wrong with being a college dropout. You can still be smart. Bill Gates was a college dropout, but you have to add on, intelligence. Being a college dropout. And this is going to be a short show today, so shout out to all these people who are in these shows. Give me a second, everyone. Almost killed the ant. I don't like ants, so you hear me? If you see me trying to kill something, I don't like ants. I rather do caterpillars than ants, so yeah. And that's odd. That's odd, but I want to say this. Shout out for everybody who was there for my birthday show. It was super dope, man. I always like doing my birthday shows because I can get lit. Because I'm not really a drinker like that. What's this? Yada yada yada. Restrict your videos at this moment. Oh, okay, cool. Um, but yeah, it's I always have these good shows and stuff like that. On my birthday, this year, it was low numbers, but I didn't mind. I'm just glad I had a good show. And shout out to shout out to Nuck. Who else? Nuck, Vengeance, and Shabaka. The conversation was dope. I will say that. Thank you. I do appreciate that for my birthday. But this show is going to be a little bit different because we're instead of talking about reparations, even though I think I'm gonna say this, everybody, mark my words. I think Boston is going to get reparations before any other state. All jokes aside, I think Boston is going to get reparations before anybody. And and just hear me out. And we're just talking for another 5 10 more minutes. And we'll start the show. Um I think Boston is going to get reparations first. Is because not because it's liberal, it's because liberals are struggling. If you're gonna make Boston a great state, you're gonna need a black population, a black American population. Um, I think this is where Republicans drop the ball at. They think they don't need a black face; they can use these token blacks. No, life isn't worked like that. And this is what, and I'm gonna be personally honest, this is where a lot of these people like the Myron Gaines, the Sneakos, the Nick Flint's, they're out of touch with reality, with this new reality that in this generation. What the generation is doing this year, I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, I fucks with it heavy because I really don't. But at the end of the day, you still have to maneuver through it. You know, you shouldn't put it this way. Um, I'm gonna tell you some fly shit. I'm gonna tell you some fly shit. I'm gonna say that no matter what you do or say, don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, I mean, if people don't understand you, stop caring. Don't give a fuck about it because they're not trying to understand you or they're just doing this shit out of malice. You know, it's hatred, it's jealousy, or they're not trying to understand you. You know, it's just those three like that, just off the rip. Um, and don't get mad about that. It's just this is how people are in this world. So for me to say what I'm saying is because a lot of these conservatives is trying to step out and say like, "Oh, yo, we want the old America back." The old America's not coming back. I'm gonna be personally honest with you. It's not gonna come back. It will never come back. It's dead. It's dead like the discos. So it's not gonna come back. The problem with the conservatives, even certain liberals, is they're not adapting to the environment. If you don't adapt to the environment, this is the type of bullshit that goes on. Yeah, it's just this is the type of shit that goes on. You know, you yelling "the Jews, the Jews, the Jews," it's the Jews, but you have no solution. Like, and it's not like y'all never worked with them. You know, y'all have worked with them before, so it's not a what is this you know, a love hate relationship that y'all are having. Me, I don't give a fuck because it doesn't benefit me. You know, like that you can say no to things. You can just be like, no, I don't fuck with that. And whatever it is, you know, if this is what they do, that's what they do. But I don't want to be involved in that. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. You know, it's just being respectable. It's being respectful and saying, yeah, I don't want nothing to do with that. That's not my lane. That's not my culture. I don't want my kids around that. And that's good. And they say, "Oh, you hate us." No, I don't hate you. I just don't want that around my kids and stuff. You know, I want to raise my kids a certain way. Is that a problem? You know? Um, and this is where things, as I always tell people, it can be a fucked up situation because of it. You know, it could be fucked up because, like I said, a lot of people don't know how to talk to other people. So this is where you have to not understand, but you know, you got to guarantee that you know you can still maneuver in this world. You can't be like, oh yeah, you know what? I don't fuck with this shit, so I'm not gonna deal with it, and I hate it, and blase, blase, blah. No, life is not gonna work like that. It will never work like that. So if you keep on running your life like that, you're always gonna have problems. Just all jokes aside, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna have problems. People are gonna look at you a different way or present you a different way. And it's cool if you don't care, but at the end of the day, it's gonna fuck with your money, it's gonna fuck the way how you live. It might even go trickle down to your kids and they will attack your kids. Liberals will do that. They will attack your kids. They will attack your family. Um, and I'll give you an example. Liberals and even conservatives do it at a time. They'll run up in near your house and like will drive you fucking crazy where you're on the board of having a fucking stroke. You know, I always tell people this is why I would never be a liberal or a conservative because they both do shit like this. You know, but they'll run up on your mother and they'll run up on your kids and stuff and like certain shit you're trying to keep away from your kids. They'll put them in that they'll put them in a situation where you know what if something happens to their father or their mothers they're gonna start hating liberals or they're gonna start hating conservatives. You know, this is how most people start hatred. It's because of purity. You bring hate with a person who's never been in that type of lifestyle, they're gonna start hating you because at the end of the day, look what you did to their families' lives. Look what you did to their lives. You know. Um. Now let's go on to talking about these white supremacists and why they're having a civil war. As I told y'all before, and everybody, even Shabaka was the number one. What is your plan? What is your plan? I was like, Shabaka, you just sit back and relax and don't do anything. I said, I even told the Caribbeans and the Latinos, shut the fuck up and just watch these people crash out. But you know what the Caribbeans did? You know what the Latinos did? They chose a side. They chose a side. The Latinos chose the conservative side. The Caribbeans chose the liberal side. It is an all out civil war right now. As I said, they haven't been the same since Charlie Kirk. All that verbal abuse that they've been doing to these liberals for the last, what, probably 20 years. And I'm talking about hate crimes to verbally assaulting and some of this stuff. Yes, Trump had a hand in it. I have to say that Trump had a hand in it. He had a hand of this divisiveness, you know, this bias, this racial type of situation. But at the end of the day, sooner or later, this shit needed to come out. He was the person to do it. I'm gonna be personally honest. He was the person to do it. You know, and I'm gonna be personally honest. I'm happy he's crashing out. I'm happy a lot of these motherfuckers is crashing out and they really telling you how they feel about us. This is why I tell you all the time and I told Robin I was like, "Yo, I'm going to be personally honest, there's no unity. There would never be no black and white unity." And he told me why. I was like, "Yo, as many times we say white people and the white supremacists, all they did was turn their backs on us when the situation was over." I was like, "For example, um Got the gotcha. Got the fucking ant. For example, 9/11. When 9/11 happened, everybody was American. Everybody had unity. Once the war was a little bit over, the racism started again. The racism started again. I was back and I was back to being called a nigger. I was back to being, oh, he's a violent. He don't like to comply. I'm just being personally honest, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I would never help y'all. The fuck y'all handle y'all own shit. Why should I have to worry about y'all turning on me? You got to give me something now for me to help you. I'm just being personally honest. I'm not gonna help you for free anymore. All these symbolic gestures that these liberals and conservatives be giving black Americans, nah, baby, we want something now. You gotta give us something. We ain't helping a motherfucking thing. We gonna let y'all niggas crash out and hurt yourselves. And I'm gonna tell the white supremacists, the biggest enemy to the white supremacists is itself. I'm just being personally honest. It's itself. Y'all never had unity. Like as I always tell y'all, never had unity if you didn't have a black component. And it's not me just shitting on y'all or sp- spreading some type of hatred. No, that's not me. I'm just saying that because at the end of the day, this is historically documented. This is historically documented. Put it this way: when the Europeans was colonizing America, they were at war with each other. As I said, they had a black component. This is when they started separating the lands. Oh, you have this, we have that. We work together. We can do this together. We can own these colonies. Y'all are not unified at all. Not from the conservatives, not from the liberals, not from a white nationalist type of place, not from a white supremacist. And I'm gonna be personally honest. The the face of white supremacy is a fucking Arab. It's a white. It's a Myron Gaines, an Arab. That's your white. That's your face of fucking white supremacy. Or Nick Fuentes, a fucking half Mexican. Like, let's personally be honest. Y'all not even pure white anymore. Y'all are not. let's, let's personally be honest about it. y'all got a Mexican and an Arab fighting your battles. I'm just being personally honest. Handling white supremacist business. Like, don't y'all feel embarrassed when shit like that happens? Y'all should be embarrassed. Y'all can't even handle y'all own shit. If you ain't asking us for help, and you know we're gonna say no, you ask the Arab and the fucking Mexican, fucking Nick Fuentes and Amuru Fadel. Both of them got shaky backgrounds because don't forget, white supremacists don't like homosexuality, and a lot of these people were put in certain situations, from Nick Fuentes to Myron Gaines, who was in bed with three white men. So let's personally be honest. Now, was it Chug the Builder? He's out here getting pegged by a black woman. Like, come on, a black atheist? If we're gonna really be honest about it, like, yeah, he's getting pegged, getting caught in dresses and fairy clothes. It's like, what are y'all niggas doing? Like, what are y'all niggas doing? And this is why I say y'all are losers. Y'all niggas is losers. Fascio. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Breeze Omega. Everybody but the whites. Yeah, it's like how everybody's yelling white supremacists and everybody's Latinos or Arab or Asian or fucking African. Like, come on. Like, and the thing about it, and this is why I told what's his name when SP was on here. I told SP, I was like, yo, you don't call your people out. This is why your people is in a fucked up situation, because at the end of the day, y'all don't call them out for their bullshit. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, Chud the builders out here getting pegged. I, and I'll be personally honest. Most of these white supremacists have a homosexuality background. And we could be honest about it. Give me a second, everybody. Somebody, I always stop going. Everybody likes to text me. Everybody wants to text me, man, and it's cool. Yeah, it's cool, but yeah. But yeah, Chad the Builder, man, he out here getting fucked, man. Myron Gaines, he's in bed with men, white men, you know. Fucking Nick Fuentes out here allegedly getting fellatio, you know. So, as a white virgin that's 30, he getting fellatio by bisexual. You're like, what the fuck going on? It's like, and this is the white supremacist leaders. This is their leaders. These are their leaders. They're following in under their forefathers. George Washington. I think George Washington was the first LGBTQIA fucking president. He's the first LGBTQIA president ever. He's the first gay president or bisexual president. They call him out, but no, you don't. No, you don't. No, no, they don't. Bob's Legacy. They don't call him out. They call him out, but not. Nah, they don't call him out. They hide it. I'm gonna be personally honest. Imperial, they don't call it out. This is why. And look at, for example, Bob's Legacy. We have your boy from New York. Be active. Be active. He'll lie, 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 lie. I told Be Active, let me give you an example. Be Active. I told him, I was like, yo, you have a colorism problem in your country. But y'all are African in your country, most of your culture is African influence. He told me no. That's a lie. He told me that's a lie. You know? Hold on one second. He told me that was a lie. Then he started lying about hip hop. I was like, "Yo, those people contribute. They didn't invent anything." Oh, Sosa, yeah, yeah. Niggas wasn't Sosaing out here. Niggas was already flipping and doing all that other cool shit down south. Hold on, just check my Latin homie at work. The pillow. Hold on a second. Let's see. Imperial's getting busy. I just finished reading everything you said, Imperial. You heard Aiden Ross with Charleston White talk about. Got to FMO. I'm gonna say this. Charleston White, you could. He's a very fickle person. He's very fickle. One day he'll be like, "Oh yeah, fuck these white people, yada yada yada." Then after that, he out there, glazing white people again, doing Division 1 dick sucking. And same thing with Chuck the Builder. He was defending Chuck the Builder for a bit, and I said to myself, I was like, "Yo, this is weird," because at the end of the day, you talking about fuck these white people, fuck Charlie Kirk, all this other crazy shit. You know. Now he back and he said, "Yo," he said allegedly that fucking Aiden Ross was trying to do some homosexual stuff to him. So it's this is why I say, okay, if you say he's doing all of this and you don't fuck with Aiden Ross, you back to talking on the phone with him and stuff. As Charleston, what are you doing? You talk about now fuck Africans and that's cool. Yeah, fuck Africans, yada yada yada, this and that. But I'm gonna be personally honest with you. It's not really fuck them Africans because if they got a bag, you dancing. You dancing, and and the thing about it, this is why I was gonna do today. I was gonna do the Takashi 6ix9ine interview. We were gonna react to it, but I think we should react to it tomorrow. Even though this is the Reaper Nation show today, no, we're gonna react to it tomorrow. I think it. I think I didn't go off. Jesus. I know. So what I do, Imperial. This is what I do. I read most of it, then I'll answer it, then I'll just read the rest of it. I do that because I want to keep what I wanted to say because I don't want to forget anything. So that's why I do that. I'll read half of it, then I'll answer half of it, then I'll answer the other half. But yeah, FB, yo, Imperial. I'm gonna say this. I think Massachusetts is gonna get reparations first. I believe so. It's because a lot of people's leaving Boston. You know, I can see it coming. I think a lot of people's gonna leave Boston. It's gonna be a tourism. So the black people that you have now, you could just pay the reparations for. You can give like what 18, was it 15 billion? No, was it what they were asking for? I think was it 4 or 5 billion? Because technically, there's not really a lot of black Americans in here no more. We all went back down south. We did what New York did. We mostly all went back down south. We go back home. We don't if we go back home. We don't stay in fucking America. I mean, we don't stay in Massachusetts or New York. It's we just go back home, man. It's more peaceful. That's where most and we go where it is mostly black Americans at. Um that's why when people talk about homosexuality in Atlanta, that's people who come into the state. It's not people who live there. Well, most of the people who live there, no, it's not. It might be some, but it's not all. That's just how Southerners are. Takashi made us blacks look foolish as fuck. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Definitely, Shake said the bullshit rules. We'll break it down. I want to break that down. Because what Takashi 6ix9ine do, I think it's. I'm gonna say this. I think it's dangerous. Um, and a lot of Mexicans do that shit. Oh, what about the black people? What about black on black violence? What about black murders and stuff? Nigga, who packed you out? Who packed you out in Florida at what is it? In the gym? Mexicans beat you down and packed you out in the bathroom. We can say that. We can say that. Them niggas who packed you out at what is it? Planet Fitness were Mexican. They beat you up. They packed you the fuck out. Now they got you moving scared. So this is the things that I always tell people. It's a people always are in Black Americans' business. Ain't nothing. And the thing about it is because our power is real power. Like, put it this way. Let's say this. There are more. Let's say there are more Mexicans in America. Not Puerto Ricans, not Dominicans. Let's say there's more Mexicans in America. They still can't hold no power because you know why? They don't get along. With us, Black Americans, we don't have no colorism problem. We don't. We probably might joke around with you, call you a tar baby or you a white boy and shit like that. But we know you're black. It's just jokes with us. Do some people don't like it as black people? Yes, and we don't fuck with them. But at the end of the day, majority of us knows it's just jokes. It's just jokes, and we can get over it. We could get over it. It's just it's just when you add Caribbeans and Africans in the mix with us and stuff like that, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't mix. Um I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. It's just I don't think, I think we need to be delineated when it comes to, our business. If black Americans are telling you something like, "Oh, yo, we don't like you saying that shit," you say, and me, like I always tell people, I don't give a fuck, but you're gonna run into a wrong person that does, that don't like the shit, and they're gonna move on you. I'm not gonna help you because I warned you that, yo, nigga, there's gonna be a nigga that don't like it. What you gonna say? Oh, I got all black friends? No, that shit ain't gonna work. And there's there might be niggas that's gonna pack you out. There's gonna be niggas that's gonna pack you out. It ain't gonna be like these new niggas that's out here, or these new people that are out here, these new black people that are out here that'll let you say because they got some type of foreign background. Oh no, you're gonna run into a country nigga, a corn fed man who's drunk and he's around all his cousins and stuff. They're gonna pack you the fuck out. We seen this shit happen in Mississippi. Motherfucker ran up in a bar calling people niggas and stuff like that, and then he want to put his hands on people. The whole bar packed him the fuck out and started beating him with 2x4s, stripped him naked. He didn't know he had a broken jaw until the next morning. What you gonna say? Oh, he's a coward for that? No, fuck that, nigga. You deserved it. You deserve it. Don't worry about what black people is doing. I'm just being personally honest. You know. It just this is the thing. Everybody think that they could say what they want to say about black Americans, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this: a lot of these people who are in this industry right now, they gave up something. They gave up something. I gotta be personally honest. I fuck with Wack. I think Wack is very interesting, but I think he gave up some of his morals when it started talking about money because he understood, like, yo, this is about money. So at the end of the day, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that I don't like, or there's gonna be certain people I don't want to hang with. But at the end of the day, you gotta choose. But Wack chose, like, yo, I'm going money first. Money is my goal, and it is what it is. I can't be like, oh, yo, use a sellout. Do I look at it as like, you're selling out? Yeah, because you bought in. You bought into the bullshit. You bought into the fuckery. You saving people that you're not supposed to be saving. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Him saving Aiden Ross. Then Aiden Ross went around doing that bullshit. Now, when money got involved, and the thing about it, this happened not with academics. This happened with DJ Vlad and Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross owed Blueface money. Old, what's my man's name? Whack 100 money. Whack was out here like, yeah, yo, Aiden trying to fuck niggas. Ross is out here trying to fuck niggas. This nigga, this nigga had, Charleston White went crazy on Whack 100. Talked about the niggas' kids. That nigga went up and there, started kikiing at the fucking boxing thing. You know? It's not that you selling out, it's what you bought in. Let me see what Black Snow Bunny King says. Same thing is happening to FBA. When these FBA cult members go on the piano with their tether talk, they often get laughed at and chased off the. Where? Who? Who? Black Snow Bunny King? You just talking? You talking, not saying anything, player? You talking and not saying anything? You calling shit a cult and you don't even know what a cult is. You don't even know what a cult is. Let me tell you what it is, Snow Bunny King, with you. You've been on your knees so much, instead of standing on your feet and fighting. That's how your people are. Your own people sold out your own people. We could talk about the Maroons. Didn't the Maroons sell out the Jamaicans and the Maroons are Jamaican? Right? Right? You don't want to bring that up. That's why the buck breaking got serious in Jamaica. It got serious in Jamaica because the Maroons sold y'all out. We blacks are foolish for even saying nigga. To a certain extent, yeah. We should be suing people for even saying. Um, Put it this way, Imperial. I think we should stop giving people passes. I think we need to stop inviting people who are not Black Americans to certain parties if they're not family, even with family. I don't think certain people should do it. No, I think we messed up there. And that's just me. You are right, suing and stuff like that. I think if we're gonna start suing, we got to stop saying it. So you do got a point. FBA is getting packed up anytime they try and get Black Snow Bunny King. You just talking, man. It is. I'll be personally honest. You're so mm, let me tell you something. You're so out of touch, and I'm gonna be personally honest with you, Snow Bunny King. Maybe you're out of touch with reality. Like you're out of touch, and you put it this way: if you was around a whole bunch of people from different places, you wouldn't know how to react towards these type of people because you'll probably get a culture shock because you don't know how to deal with people. You don't know how to adapt. You know how to fake being something, but you don't know how to adapt to environments. I can fake like I know what's going on, but I know how to. You could fake being somewhere, but if you can't adapt, you're gonna die out. Black people can adapt to anything. This is why I said the liberals and conservatives' problems is that they don't adapt. They don't adapt. They don't adapt with Black Americans. They don't adapt with what's going on in America. Because they're so stuck in the 80s, the 70s, and the 60s, they haven't caught up to 2020s or 2026 or 2024. They haven't caught up. So it's yeah. Mm, See, man, Aiden Ross was simply using like, yeah, of course, just like Vlad TV. That's like Vlad be doing, and I fuck with Ukrainians. I think their coaches is dope, but they're scammers. They'll scam the shit out of you. Some of them will scam the shit out of you. There are a lot of good ones, but there are a lot of bad ones too. So it's like half and half with me. Like Vlad. Vlad was everybody's friend. When niggas was turning on Vlad, everybody went to Vlad. But now when people start asking for money, Vlad turned on people like Aiden Ross turned on people. He used people's cultures like Aiden Ross uses people's cultures. This is why a lot of Black Americans had a problem with Aiden Ross. This is why Aiden Ross had to walk around with security in New York. He had to walk around with security in New York. Laugh my ass, lost my fucking ass. Buck breaking is Tariq Nasheed's fairy tale. Buck breaking didn't happen on a rebellious side. No, that's a lie. Black Snow Bunny King. You have to watch. You have to watch the episode of the history of. Give me a second. Mm, I'll tell you which one it was. It was like probably like a year and a half ago. If not, it was like probably almost a year ago when I did this. And it was a good episode too, man. I hope you like it when you do watch it. But this is why I do that show right there about the buck breaking. This is why I do the Reaper's Nation. Give me a second. No, it was like in the summertime. Give me a second. It was like in the summertime. It was a. I like that one. Personally. I know a lot of y'all had a problem with it that were from Jamaica, but this is what goes on in that country. Let's see, yada yada yada. What is it? And I'm only doing this for you, Snow Bunny King, just for today, even though you're a dickhead. But I think you need to watch it because at the end of the day, I think you need to know your culture. This is why I'm giving you the name of it. Yeah, I think you need to know the name of it because I think you do need to know your culture. There was a lot of buck breaking going on in your culture, and without Black Americans, it would still be going on in your culture because when they sent us to your country, because they were taking us from America, North America, and bringing us down to the Caribbeans to help. Um, we were killing people, and that's why they told us. That's why they told them stop sending us down there. You know. Give me a second. I'll find it. Okay, August. It's called. All right, I'll put it. I'll put it in the live chat. All right, I'm gonna drop it for you. All right, here it goes. And watch it. It's a good episode too. It's a good episode too, man. I know you'll like it. You'll hate it, then you'll like it. Hmm. Let me see. It's not letting me. All right, here it goes right here. Yeah, this is an old show too. Yeah, this is a summer show. All right, this is when I had the bad camera too. This camera that we have now. What's going on? Speaking of white supremacists, what's going on, man? There you go, right there. Snow Bunny King. That's the one that I did right here. Say because the white supremacist Saint Michael's, the potato slave. What's going on, Saint Michael's? I always call him a potato slave because he always talk about, oh, we were slaves. So y'all niggas was indigent servants. Y'all niggas was in Ireland picking fucking potatoes, my nigga, eating corned beef hash. The fuck. And I love corned beef hash too. That shit is dope. We need to get the running people timing. Yeah. Yeah, facts. Imperial, you're right about that. But let's see what we got. Let me see what else. Let's see. I think that's the day I met Saint Michael's, the buck breaking one. Or was it something else? Let's say you shouldn't be acting surprised from all of this. What the fuck are y'all acting as if these were our friends yesterday? LOL, never has been. That's a culture. Yeah, yeah. That's why I only fuck with certain Ukrainians and this Ukrainians that love their culture and they fuck with their culture. Like Ukrainians love like techno and like upbeat music. Yeah. I like those type of people. I don't like those type of people that like, oh yeah, they're trying to teach me that the history of hip hop and all this. Like nigga, what? Okay. You're having a bad day or something. But let's see what Saint Michael say. You need to know your culture. Say the man that thinks he is a Native American. I didn't say. I said indigenous. I am native to the land. I am a black native. I do believe that. Yes. Native American. You call me like Slavic? No. I don't like the word Native American because the people who we think Native Americans are Slavics. I'll say black natives. Yes. I'm gonna be personally honest. I don't like the word Native American. It makes me. It's because it feels like somebody already named it. Somebody already gave details and what it is. Um, that's why I always say Black Native, Saint Michael's. Well, you're Neanderthal. You came from caves. You were civilized by the Moors. So it's maybe you should know your like your picture that you have right now of Bigfoot. Who knows? That could be one of your ancestors, Saint Michael's. You do got a picture of Bigfoot, right, on that screen. Meh. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's all right, man. If Bigfoot's your like, what was it? Bronze changes history all the time. What history did I change? I told you I still have to do research of my history. I always told you, I don't like the word Native American. I like Black natives because at the end of the day, people already say who they thought Native Americans is. So I don't want people to get that fucked up. And want to hear a question? I'm gonna tell you a reason why I don't think a lot of Black Americans has a lot of African blood, even though the DNA says it. The Moors traveled everywhere. Your ancestors came to the U.S. on Africans. No, not all. St. Michael's. Not all Black people came off of a boat. It was only less than 400,000 people that came on a boat. St. Michael's. There's over 50 million Black Americans in America right now. That's telling you something. And also too, Black Snow Bunny King, Nature Boy, I believe is Puerto Rican. He's half Puerto Rican. And he was a Pan African. So there's nothing wrong. And St. Michael, there's nothing wrong with being a Pan African, but I think Pan Africans have a freaky side to them. I think they have a dark side, like the white conservatives and the white supremacists. Like the shit that Chug the Builder got caught doing, getting pegged allegedly. That's common in the white supremacist community. Like, look at you, St. Michael's. You pick up cans and you pick up cans and you smoke meth all day. You live in a trailer park. And I don't judge you, man. You do what you want to do with your life, but at the end of the day, most of y'all do gay shit, and there's nothing wrong with it. You know? I would like you, St. Michael's, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if you were doing gay shit. You're a white supremacist. White supremacists. Let me ask you a question, St. Michael's. You don't think a lot of these white supremacists have been fucked by other white men? I'm just asking. And don't forget, a lot of these liberals have the same ideology as y'all, and some of them just the only difference between a white supremacist and a person from the LGBTQIA is a lot of them will tell you that they're gay or they him, hey, a them, they cis, all of that other cool shit. But it's that's the only difference between a white supremacist and a liberal. Is just the liberals a little bit open about their sexuality. Like you say, Michaels, you're not. I know that you did some gay shit, and I know you sucked some dick for some meth. Look at the picture you got up. You got Bigfoot up. Where you think that? Where you think that? Where you think the idea of Bigfoot came from? Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. Who do you think? Who you think they say that came out those caves? I'm just asking the question. Who do you think that they said came out those caves of no Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia? I'm just asking that question. I'm not trying to shit on you or anything, but they say your people came out those caves. You know, that's why it's so weird when y'all call black people monkeys because nigga, y'all have more similarities of a monkey than a black person. Black Americans look full. Black people just in general look fully evolved. Y'all look like y'all are just catching up. You know, that's why y'all so scared now because at the end of the day, if the birth rates don't kill you, the sun is. The resources is gonna kill you. Don't forget, y'all are just a few thousand years old too. So it's not. I'm gonna just be person. Yeah, y'all like a few thousand years old. You know, two white people can't have a black baby, but black baby can have a white baby though. You know, so it's telling you something. Y'all came out those, or you was created by Yakub. If you want to do that, Yakub's one or the other, man. So I'm still trying to do it. I hope I'm not gonna forget to do an episode on the Yakubs. But yeah, yeah, they saying Nature Boy was Puerto Rican too. You know, the Moors won't consider themselves. Did they live in Africa? Yeah, a lot of them live in Africa, but what is considered African? What, just dark skin? Because if you say that, Indians can be African, Arabs can be African. What is African? Everybody has African genetics, but not everybody who's dark or who has melanin are the same Black Snow Bunny King. You know, so this is where because a lot of these, and I'm gonna be personally honest, and I kind of do believe it. Um, a lot of these Moors were Israelites, as I heard. I believe it. You know, so I believe so. That's why if you ever look at it, a lot of those Moors was judging a lot of these Moors that were, civilizing the people in the caves. The Moors, yes. There were people living in caves when the Moors was out here building Europe, you know. Because like I said, the climate, so why you think, and the thing about it, I never really thought about it. Why do they live in houses? Why do we live in like places like this, with no sunlight? Want to steal the history of the Moors. I'm not stealing the history of the Moors, but at the end of the day, we have to give. I'm just giving an idea. I said this is what I believe. I'm not trying to tell you to follow it. But you can't talk. Snow Bunny King, you can't talk about the ghettos in America because the ghettos in America are way better than the middle class in your country. So it's like for God's sakes, y'all don't even got running water in your country. Your running water stops at 3 p.m., my niggas. So y'all gotta wash y'all pussy y'all niggas gotta wash y'all asses and y'all pussies in the fucking river. So it's like, what are we talking about? Come on, Snowbunny Kid, don't do that. You gotta make yourself look crazy. Um, I got nothing to do. Yeah, yeah, that's good, man. But what about the province places in your country? This is the thing about you, Snow Bunny K, and this is why I call you a sucker because you don't worry about and you don't love your people in your country. I love Jamaicans more than you love Jamaicans. You know, I love them to tell them the truth. Like, yo, y'all gotta get y'all shit together. Y'all niggas need to work together and stop trying to, get help from the white supremacists that's trying to take everything from you. You need to fight. You white Snow Bunny King, you just run from the country. He's like, fuck y'all niggas. I ain't got shit to do with you. Drink tea with your pinky up like that, acting bougie, acting like a coolie nigga. Like, come on, you gotta cut that shit out, man. It's wonder why niggas don't like Bob Marley. Niggas like you a sellout. I'm gonna be personally honest. I love Bob Marley, but not like that. I personally think Bob Marley's a white man. And I think that's why his music was good because not good, but his music was out there because at the end of the day, who his father was. It wasn't gonna take off in Jamaica, but when people see Bob Marley and what he was doing, it was different. You know lighter skin kind of got him in the door. I still would pick Peter Tosh, even Yellow Man over Bob Marley. There's a few Bob Marley songs I will put on my top 20, but it's yeah. I think Peter Tosh always made better songs with him. I think Yellow Man, and even I'm just using Yellow Man as an example. I think Yellow Man's music was politically better than Bob Marley's. Bob Marley was telling niggas all to come together and all this other shit, and this is what happened when people came together. You know, thank you, Bob. But yeah, yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. And like I said, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, Bob Marley, you fucked up and yada yada yada. This, no, that's what he fought for. I can't get mad at what this man was fighting for. At least he fought for something. So shout out to him. You know. But before we start the show, like and subscribe and comment in the live chat, and also share with 5 people for me. Share the show with 5 people on platforms, whatnot. It will help out the algorithm and it will help the show out. And I appreciate that, everybody. Um, I want to jump into the show because I'm on borrowed time right now. I'm gonna jump into the show right now. Let me get started, and I'm gonna talk a little bit more. But I think, and this is just me, the white supremacists right now and what's going on, uh, they're losing. They're losing out here. They're losing big out here. You know, as I've been telling people, eh, I hate saying it's a white person thing, or I hate saying white people don't get along. But white people don't get along. A lot of white people don't get along. And like I said, it's more of a they're used to picking sides. Black Americans are used to picking sides. We call our people out and say, "Yeah, y'all that bullshit. You ain't gonna bring us all down with you." Instead of protecting the lie. Black Americans have never been like that. We are. I'm gonna say this. I'm thinking Black Americans is more prideful than a lot of these countries. This is why most of us haven't left this country. We might went to a different state, but we're not gonna leave this fucking country. You know. And I'm gonna be personally honest. Technically, we know what is best for this country. So, and for example, the white supremacists been, controlling the world for the last what 400 years. Well, controlling the United States for the last 400 to 500 years, and they have destroyed it. They killed off animals, they overused, they put chemicals and shit. They hate their own people. They will kill their own people for pay for money. So it's this is the thing where I say, yeah. This is why I asked the question to Dorsey. I said, Dorsey, what's the difference between an animal and a human? Um he said something. I said no. I said the difference between an animal and a human is that animals would never let the weak lead them. In America, in the world, humans would let a weak person lead them. And this is why I said, like, yo, this is why a lot of wars are caused because weak people are leading these people. Do I think Donald Trump is a great president? Absolutely not. But the last 30 to 40 presidents wasn't either. You know, I'm just going to be personally honest. A lot of them weren't. So excuse me. What can I say? What can I say? Like, oh well, you know what? They this, and no. These niggas is out here losing. You know, and even with the white supremacists, y'all don't have no great leaders either. Like I just named y'all leaders. Your leaders is fucking Myron Gaines and Nick Fuentes. It was his name, Chud the Bussy. You know, For one at one time y'all was chanting Milo. And Milo allegedly he said something about pedophilia. He okayed pedophilia. The same thing where allegedly Nick Fuentes has done. And what's her name? Candace Owens called him out on it. This is why y'all beef with each other. Even for women, y'all got fucking what's her name? Candace Owens supporting y'all. You know, this is where y'all losing at. Y'all don't got people that you can look at and say, "Yo, I want to be just like that person." This is why if you ever notice, the reason why a lot of these white women tan is because at the end of the day they want color. Who told them that their color wasn't beautiful? They were looking at black people's like, yo, they're dark, they're beautiful. Oh, I wish I had skin color like that. Look at it, had fucking Rachel Dolezal lie about who she was. So it comes with the territory, even with certain black people too. Who told them that their dark skin wasn't beautiful? To lighten their skin. I always wanted to be darker when I was younger. And that's just what I seen. I seen a lot of dark skinned black people. I was like, yo, I want to be dark, like just like everybody else. So you know what I did? I stayed in the sun. I turned burgundy though. So I turned burgundy. I didn't die or anything, but yeah.
I also saw as well on Twitter that you kind of had a bit of a falling out with Nick Fuentes.
Meet Eric Orval. He is the
I don't want to be like Tariq Nasheed because I wouldn't want to be like Tariq Nasheed because even though he's rich, he's cool and stuff like that. I want to be myself. I always wanted to be myself. I work, you know how much time I put on myself. You don't. It Snow Bunny. I'm gonna be personally honest. Just shit. Like it's cool to troll, but why would you want to be like anybody else? That's the question I want to ask you. Why would you want to be like anybody else except yourself? You know, um, I always thought I was cool. Sometimes I was antisocial with people because it's probably because I'm an introvert. But I always wanted to be myself. I didn't want to be nobody else. I didn't want to be nothing like that. Was I inspired by people? Yeah, I could say I was inspired or even influenced. But I didn't want to be that person. Absolutely not. No.
founder of RTTL, which is Return to the Land. Basically, this is a group of whites who could be considered white supremacists, and they are building their own land in Arkansas, Missouri, and I believe in parts of Idaho, kind of away from major cities. And these particular communities will not have any non white. So if you're
Mm.
black, stay back. If you're non white, it ain't right. And this is pretty much how it is. And he's been getting a lot of traction. A lot of people have been supporting and funding the movement. And he's also been able to collaborate with other white supremacists such as Nick Fuentes. And at first, it seemed that their relationship was a doozy. Seemed like everything was going okay.
Again, this is where I said like Nick Fuentes is a Mexican. These are your white supremacist leaders. He's a Mexican. He's a nerd. He's a dropout. We're gonna talk about education. He's a dropout. He got packed out and ran out of Boston by transgenders, the LGBT, basically the LGBTQ community and the liberals, niggas who hug trees all day with colorful hair. They ran him out of Boston. Now he live in his grandmama's basement. So this is what happened. Shit got serious. He thought, yo, he don't understand. Niggas is crazy in Boston, especially these white folks. These white folks, yo, I always tell people all the time, Boston is known for bank robberies. And it's mostly these white people that be doing shit like that. We could say the Irish, but they're still white. So I'm not gonna have y'all do that to Irish people. I fuck with y'all. Y'all Irish folks. Y'all funny. Y'all drink too much, but y'all are funny. Shout out to Ireland. But yeah, Boston is known for bank robberies, even extortion to a certain to a different level. So yeah, that's what Boston is known for. But also too, yeah, we get busy out here. Yeah, we get busy out here. They disrespect. Yo, you think niggas in New York is disrespectful? I think this is why I would say New York is aggressive. I don't think they're disrespectful. I think they're very aggressive. Even coming with their women. The only people I think they come out of pocket is the Bronx chicks. I think Bronx people come out of pocket a lot. So yeah, I think Bronx women, even dudes, they come out of pocket at a time, but I don't think they mean that harm because they do the same shit to each other. So shout out the Bronx boroughs or area. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, that's what he got ran out of Boston. Them niggas is packing him the fuck out of there. Why you think he's in Chicago hiding in a basement? That nigga can't get nowhere. And he was probably making some money and stuff, but he has to understand that's a liberal state. You talk about that Apex place, that's where one of the places where they donate a lot towards the Democrats. Yeah, the BX, yeah, them women come out of pocket. They're beautiful as fuck, Imperial, but them women come out of pocket, man. Yeah. I love them and stuff like, oh yeah, man. Me and my ex-girlfriend, she was from the BX, man. Haitian girl too. Came out of pocket, man. Yelling, trying to put her finger in my face. I damn near almost broke her fucking nail. Get that long ass fucking nail out my motherfucking face before this shit go left. I had to tell her, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Sometimes, yo, them BX women will put their hands on you and stuff in front of everybody. Yeah, it's just Boston is a little bit different. Like I brought her around my family. She acted crazy around my family. Yo, my cousins almost jumped her. I had to save her. I had to get her out of there. Yeah, my cousins, my female cousins will pack you the fuck out. And I tell y'all about my female cousins. The female, they be stabbing females. They be stabbing guys. Yeah, pistol whipping. Yeah, you know, like my cousins is beautiful, but they kind of husky. They that those thick girls and stuff like that. Oh, yo, she look cute, but they dangerous. Yeah, those are my cousins. They kind of look like tomboys, or they look like female drug dealers, like from the '90s. Yeah, my cousins look like that. They put hairs on you. So I had one girlfriend that did get beat up by my cousins. They jumped her. Yeah, my mother's white and has a dang apartment in the BX since the fucking 80s. Yeah. Shake my head. Do you know how many homes my sweet mom could have? I paid mortgage. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, Imperial. Yeah, it comes to that point sometimes. You just gotta get the fuck out of here. Like I love my projects, but it's just too much, man. It's just too much. And it's yeah, it's just too much. Niggas be crashing out too much. Everybody's crashing. Everybody's a crash out on my projects. That's it.
Woo! The relationship between Orval and Nick Fuentes was so lovely, he even used to make posts out to him. Orval says, many people have asked how RTTO decides if an applicant is white. It's simple. We set their picture side by side, the picture of Nick Fuentes. And if they look white or whiter than him, they're in. Wow. That is great. But recently, there is trouble in paradise. Orval and Fuentes have fallen out. And this is interesting because Nick Fuentes is going mainstream with a lot of his content. And as you know, he has largely been ostracized or blackballed from most social media platforms. But Nick Fuentes is covering a lot of ground.
I'm gonna say this: the BBW Puerto Rican women, they be having good pussy, man. I'll tell you that they be having some good coochie, man. The BBW Puerto Rican girls, oh yeah, man. That's why they keep on getting pregnant, man. It's not that motherfuckers is not pulling out. They're not. I mean, it's not that they're fertile. I think they're just not pulling out. You know, yeah, that Puerto Rican coochie, man, it be out the hook, man. Yeah, man. Some of them be having the kung fu grip like that, man. They be riding you and stuff like that. Yeah, man. Some of them Puerto Rican girls do that shit, and the Dominicans. Oh, nigga, I didn't grow up in the projects. My BX building had a dormant. Shout out to Imperial. I lived in the projects. Yeah, motherfucker used to run from the cops, and there was like four exits. You just gotta pick what exit you gotta run out. Sometimes you just do a Yui. Then after that, they just started destroying the buildings and making the doors locked. So when you get chased by the cops, the people hold the door on you and they'll just lock the door. And you just look at the cop like this, and the cops already knows, like, yeah, I'm gonna get you later, motherfucker. I'm gonna be around here until you come back outside. I know. I knew Bronze was trooping from Griselda deep in the Bronx. You don't want to get caught up like that, like mixed in my front. Nah. So me, what I usually do, when it comes to like project chicks, I usually get hotels. The reason why, more room, and plus you don't have to have a whole bunch of stuff with you. You can bring like $100-$200. That's it. The only thing I would tell you to do, and I advise you to do, is leave your wallet in the car. So if you do get robbed, they don't take your wallet and your money. He's like, yo, I got like $2. Or do what I do. I usually got two wallets. You know, I usually used to have two wallets and stuff when I was out here creeping around. So I'm not teaching y'all how to
Since
cheat
the
on
death
anything.
of Charlie Kirk, he's become even larger than life. But Eric Orval has come out to expose Nick Fuentes for this.
So apparently I am now dead to Nick Fuentes. He says he will never help me again, and he says that no one else should help me either. This is because I privately DM'd him, asking for clarification on his stance on birthright citizenship. A clip was going around where he seemed to endorse birthright citizenship.
So there is Eric Orval asking Nick Fuentes about something that he said before. So he's asking, listen, Nick, I heard that you're saying something on social media about, non-whites and their ability to get citizenship in America. Now, I believe, in my honest opinion, that Eric Orval does not believe that non-white people should be citizens of the United States. And this is lock in step with many white supremacists, especially the ones that are Protestant. And we will get to that in a minute. He sent Nick Fuentes this clip of him repeating this.
And by the way, I don't care what color you are. I know maybe that's going to be controversial on my side. But seriously, if you have citizenship, if you were born in this country, this is your birthright. This is our lives. This is our rights. This is our heritage. It's our tax dollars. It's our government. It's our military. This is our country. This is our empire.
So Nick Fuentes, if you heard in that clip, is saying, listen, I don't care what race you are. If you were born in America, you deserve citizenship in this country. And this is the issue that Eric has with Nick. Because listen, you can't be a white supremacist and say that if you're any other non-white person, that you can have citizenship in this country. And the reason why Nick Fuentes differs from the other white supremacists with this narrative is because Nick Fuentes is a Roman Catholic. Now, again, people look at the Catholic Church and say, well, the Catholic Church is a European and they're white, so you can be, European and Catholic and still be racist like Nick Fuentes, right? Now, of course, I mean, there have been groups that are considered racist, like certain white Cubans or Italians and things like that, but those are individual choices. The Catholic Church is pretty much different than most Protestant religions, and we have to understand that America was founded by Protestants. And what is the real problem with being a Roman Catholic?
From the fact that Nick Fuentes is part of a religion that is all-encompassing, umbrella religion, and a very welcoming and open religion. Catholicism
I'll be
is
back, everybody.
basically the branch of Christianity that has been designed to win over all, to be welcoming to all. And that is why you have the Pope constantly, making outreach in various nations with various races. It's because this belief of a common human community that everyone is equal, and not equal on all measures, but that ultimately everyone is a child of God.
Now, this explanation is very good because Roman Catholics, by default, are the largest Christian sect in the world. And how do they achieve this? By encompassing everybody, okay? Especially in Africa. I'm in Uganda. It's plenty of Catholics here. It's a lot, you have a lot of Catholics, even in the state of Louisiana, a lot of black Catholics. And the Pope, goes all around the world, and wherever he goes, there are going to be people, especially non-white people, that are Catholics. And that is why Catholicism is such a big deal, because, it's just open to everyone, just similar to Islam, right? But now, if you're Protestant and you're racist, then you can't be open to everybody. You can't be inclusive. The religion must preach that only whites are the truth, or only whites deserve to be in the country. Catholicism cannot say that. So Nick Fuentes, when he's saying, listen, I don't care what race you are, if you're born in this country, you deserve to stay. And that's right lock in step with what Catholicism preaches. And Nick Fuentes is an ardent Catholic. So this has to be the case. Now, Nick Fuentes eventually would respond to Eric Orval, okay? And when he did, he said this.
So I asked him that question, and he responded with this.
Eric Arval is DMing me saying, are you against birthright citizenship in DMs? Really? How are you going to be pro-white? You're not even going to support me. How are you for all white people and, ecumenical pro-white politics? You're going to throw me under the bus? I'm not being attacked by enough people. I'm being attacked by literally everybody. I'm being attacked by Mark Levin. I even told Tucker to his face. I said, we have to be pro-white. I said those words. I said, we need to be pro-white. We need to talk about white people. I am pro-white. And the so-called white nationalist crew, rather than circling the wagons to defend me and what I thought, even after I was nice to Arval, even after I had him, or I went on his show, they're taking the piss. They're gonna ankle bite. They're gonna try to score a point. No, I'm not in favor of fucking. If I say you're a citizen, I'm talking about, obviously, we should not be afraid to say that we're citizens, we're Americans. It goes without saying that birthright citizenship is not legitimate. That should go without saying.
Now, this is a very bad response by Nick Fuentes because he's never addressing what Eric is saying, okay? He's saying that Eric is turning on him. Eric said that he messaged him in private. But the reality is that Nick got caught lying. At first, he's saying that he doesn't care who is born in this country, you deserve citizenship. And he even acknowledges the fact that, listen, I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but he said it anyway. And now that, he's called out, he starts to assassinate, Eric Arval for no reason, because he is basically preaching against what he's talking about. And this is typically what you will find with many white supremacists. White supremacists do have a history of attacking each other, right? And this is something that we as blacks must understand. I mean, look at Charlie Kirk and Nick Fuentes. They did not like each other. Charlie Kirk hated Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes hated Charlie Kirk. And where do they differ on? They differed in Israel versus Palestine. That was the biggest thing, okay? Charlie Kirk supported Israel. Nick Fuentes does not. Where does Eric Orval and Nick Fuentes differ here? Well, birthright citizenship for non-white people. Nick Fuentes, as an ardent Catholic, must support that because he is a Catholic, despite the fact that he's a white supremacist. He cannot say...
I want to stop and say this. This is the difference between black Americans and just white Americans. Black Americans, even though we disagree and stuff like that, you're still my brother. I'm still not going to cut you off. You know what? It's just agree to disagree. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're not supposed to agree on everything. And black Americans know that. But like shit like this, oh no. I don't think only time it'll get this worse is when motherfuckers is antagonizing or just talking shit. These two people are just having a conversation and he asked them a question. Where's his stance on birth rates? Like, my stance might be different from Tariq Nasheed's stance, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to turn on Tariq Nasheed's stance. I mean, turn on Tariq because he thinks different than I do. That's stupid. You know, a lot of these Caribbeans and even these Boulets, I'm gonna even say this: a lot of these Boulets fucked up the black communities. So when black Americans was like, "Yo, I don't rock with it," they have a problem with that. You know, and this is how you know that the Boulets are controlled. It's a controlled organization or it's a hierarchy. It's controlled by hierarchies. You know, so like I said, the foundational black American isn't. All of us don't agree on everything, but at the end of the day, we know that, you know what, if they attack one of us, they attack all of us. This is why all of us has a problem with, like, put it this way, Chuck the Builder. The reason why that situation happened with him at the gas station, because at the shit that we were seeing what he was doing to black Americans. So we said, like, yo, we're gonna, if we see him, we're gonna run up on him, and yo, this is a gun-toting state. This is a gun-toting state. What you gonna do? Then they sent the black police officer. He didn't. He said, "I'm not wasting my time with you, Chud." Oh, Dalton.
The only white should have citizenship in America and then be a Catholic. When the Catholic Church is in Africa, when the Catholic Church is in Venezuela, it's in many non-white places. But, you know, the Catholic Church says that all God's children are the same. So by default, that's a lie. And what it shows me is this.
It is not whatever they decide to do with each other, let them have it. Because
Thank you.
I know, and we already see it, they're not going to deal with each other. So if we're around, they're going to target us.
Mm-hmm.
If we're not around, they target themselves. But if you understand European history, that's what it was. They
Historically.
always were fighting each other in Europe.
Yeah.
You see, the white supremacists are starting to get clout, okay? Especially the content creators. And this clout is something new for them. And instead of just staying on point and sticking to the issues, what you're going to find out is that these same white supremacists are going to start to fight each other, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Phil Scott for pointing this out. They are going to start to fight each other. Not only are they going to start fighting each other, they're fighting each other right now. They're fighting each other for the spotlight. They're fighting each other for viewers or subscribers. These guys don't even like each other, let alone anybody else. Nick Fuentes is only concerned, in my honest opinion, about views, clicks. He will say anything and basically just take it back. Why? Because Nick Fuentes is not really serious, okay? What we're going to find out is the guy Nick Fuentes, who's a Roman Catholic, won't have a strong appeal to white Protestants who don't want to be inclusive. Okay, white Protestants want to have their own religion where they are the chosen people, they are white, okay? Jesus Christ is white, and they need to believe that nobody else should be able to access their land. That's why this guy is moving to, like these communities in Missouri, Arkansas, all white communities, okay? And then even if you're born in America, you don't deserve citizenship. You should be somewhere.
They do got most white communities. It's in trailer parks, and that's where most of the white communities are. And there's nothing wrong with that. Trailer park boys, most of them were all white. They were probably like one or two black folks and stuff like that. But yeah, that's why they got movable homes, man. I think that's a great idea that the white people that ever know whoever thought of that was, the trailer park homes and shit. That shit is dope, man. I wouldn't have one. I would probably, use it as like, a little sneaky link, a trailer park, but I wouldn't live there. But I'm gonna say this about that area. I mean, that video we just watched. We're seeing how a lot of these, and this is an older video. This is why I say, and I'm just showing you the history that these people have never got along, and now let's look at it where we got to take this valuable because you got the liberals, you got the hold on one second. Give me a second. You got the liberals, you got the conservative, you got the white supremacists, you got the nationalists, the white nationalists. Like you got a lot of stuff that's going on that a lot of people aren't seeing, and this is why I told Shabaka, leave these motherfuckers alone. Leave these motherfuckers alone and let them figure it out themselves. I think this is where a lot of people don't understand. You got to leave people alone. This is a reason why a lot of these white supremacists have a problem because they don't know how to leave motherfuckers alone. If you want to start your own community, I can agree to that. I can agree with you saying, yo, I want my own community away from black folks. Okay, cool, yeah, but help that motherfucker. There's a lot of people that feel like that. Let that motherfucker build his community. Let him build his fucking community of white land. I wouldn't make it a sundown town because if just tell them like, yo, they're not gonna serve you up here. You can't live up here. It's gonna be on that type of time. Myron might try to move up there, but yeah, they ain't gonna let him move in there.
Now, and you know what? That's the best thing that could happen for Black America. Let me tell you why their division is our opportunity. I'm about to say something that might sound controversial, but stay with me because this is real talk. The current political climate in America, where Democrats and Republicans are absolutely tearing each other apart, is actually one of the best things that could happen for Black people in this country. Now, before she say anything else, that is a good thing. You know why? This is why, we have these shows, and this is why I had that show on reparations. This is why I say, you know what? Boston might get reparation before everybody else because, a lot of these people are struggling a lot because you got to look at it like this. What's her name? Michelle Wu. She's getting a lot of slack from people in America. You could hide that shit for so long, but that shit's gonna start to come out that a lot of black people don't like Michelle Wu and Ayanna Presley. I made that clear that I have a problem with them and what they did to the black community. I had a problem with them trying to cater, not even cater, I don't want to use the word cater, but try to tether on to the reparations. Was it the reparation task force to get more votes? And I have said people, put it this way, in them meetings that in the reparation task force, people still complain about Ayanna Presley. They still complain about Michelle Wu.
Even the white people are starting to complain about Michelle Wu. She was supposed to be at a meeting, at a town meeting in North End and never showed up. Never showed up. She want to walk around North End and show the good part, but across the street is all dope fiends. She didn't show that part. She tried to show the only good part where it's built, but across the street, there's fucking tents and people getting high. I'm being personally honest. She's out here sending money to fucking immigrant foundations and stuff. Yes. And not helping her people in America. There's enough immigrants in Boston. Why we ain't helping the immigrants that are legal in Boston? These people are legal in Boston. They're struggling too. And you don't want to help them? You just want to bring more? You got to help the immigrants that are already here, that already was in Boston for 20, 30 years. Black Americans that were here in Boston 30, 40 years from the South. People who are Trinidadian, Jamaican, Haitian, Dominican, El Salvadorian, Guatemalan. The ones that been here, Cubans that been here for 30, 40 years that are citizens. Why aren't you helping them? Why aren't you doing that? That's the problem. You know, this is why a lot of people, and this is why I say, a lot of that shit, people are going to stop supporting her. I already told people how I felt about, what's her name, Elizabeth Warner. Marty Walsh. Marty Walsh destroyed, what's his name? Marty Walsh and Michelle Wu destroyed Thomas Menino's legacy. Thomas Menino built Boston for Black Americans, Browns, blacks, Latinos, Caribbeans, Africans. He built Boston for them. And what Michelle Wu did, she kicked everybody out and tried to make it a tourism spot. People talk about, shit is getting too high. She talked about she ain't have no money, but she just spent $200 million on a stadium in Roxbury. This is the type of shit. This is why the liberals are losing. They're not adapting. You could do the bullshit for so long, but people are going to start calling you out.
Think I've lost my mind. Let me break down exactly why white supremacy eating itself alive is creating opportunities we haven't seen in generations. Throughout American history, whenever white people have been united, regardless of their political differences, it has always spelled disaster for Black folks. I'm talking about slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, mass incarceration, every systematic form of oppression you can name. When white supremacy operates with a unified purpose, when white people across the political spectrum agree on maintaining racial hierarchy, Black people suffer. Period. That's not opinion. That's documented historical fact. Think about slavery. You had Northern Democrats and Southern Democrats, different economic interests, different cultural values, but they all agreed on one thing. Black people were property. They might have disagreed on tariffs, on expansion, on states' rights, but when it came to keeping us enslaved, they found common ground real quick. That unity kept our ancestors in chains for over 200 years. Then came Reconstruction, and for a brief moment, white supremacy was fractured. You had radical Republicans pushing for Black rights, and suddenly we saw Black senators, Black congressmen, Black landowners, Black businesses thriving. We made more progress in those few years than in the entire century before. But you know what happened? White people reunited. Northern and Southern whites put aside their differences and agreed that Black progress had gone too far. They created Jim Crow, stripped away our voting rights, and pushed us right back down. Unity among white supremacists has always been our downfall. Fast forward to the civil rights movement. We only made the gains we did because white America was divided. You had some white people willing to march with us, some willing to pass legislation, some willing to challenge the status quo. But that division was temporary. Once we got some basic legal protections, white supremacy reorganized itself. They just changed the tactics from explicit racism to systemic racism, from lynching to mass incarceration, from separate but equal to school-to-prison pipeline. Now look at where we are in 2025. Democrats and Republicans are not just disagreed, they genuinely hate each other. And I'm not talking about policy disagreements. I'm talking about deep, visceral, cultural warfare. They view each other as existential threats. They can barely be in the same room. They're fighting over everything from election integrity to basic facts about reality. And while they're busy trying to destroy each other, they're not focused on us. Let me be clear about something. Both parties have been vehicles for white supremacy. Democrats used to be the party of the Confederacy and Jim Crow. Republicans used to be the party of Lincoln and Reconstruction, then became the party of Southern strategy and dog whistle racism. The parties switched roles, but the underlying white supremacist structure never disappeared. It just changed uniforms. So when I say their division is good for us, I'm not saying either side is our friend. I'm saying that when your enemies are fighting each other, you have room to maneuver. Think about it strategically. When white supremacy is united, all of its resources, all of its political power, all of its economic control gets directed at maintaining racial hierarchy. But when it's divided, those resources get directed at internal warfare. Democrats are spending billions trying to defeat Republicans. Republicans are spending billions trying to defeat Democrats. That's money, attention, and energy that's not being used to actively oppress us. That creates openings. We're seeing it play out right now. While they're fighting over culture wars, we're building economic power in ways that would have been impossible when they were united against us. Black-owned businesses are growing. Black wealth, though still nowhere near where it should be, is increasing. We're seeing Black people in positions of power that would have been unthinkable when white supremacy was operating with a unified strategy. Their division creates space for our advancement. And here's the beautiful part. They're so consumed with hating each other that they don't even notice what we're doing. During Jim Crow, when white supremacy was united, they watched our every move. They had laws against Black people gathering, against Black people learning to read, against Black people organizing economically. They were obsessed with controlling every aspect of our lives. But right now, they're too busy fighting each other to pay us that level of attention. That's freedom we haven't had in this country since before we got here. Look at the current.
This is why I was telling people like, yo, they need us. We don't need them. You know? And for example, we did that for our election. This is why, yo, I'm gonna say this: within the next 2 to 3 months, we will be hearing about reparations. We will be hearing about reparations because they need to put these people in seats. If you're not gonna put these people in the seats, we have nothing to talk about. We have nothing to talk about. It's going to be another debacle. And the thing about it, the conservatives shouldn't be complaining. You know why? They got most of the seats. They got most of the seats in the Senate, I believe. I think it's called, in the Senate. They mostly got those seats. You know, so they can't get mad at us. They can't say, oh yeah, Black Americans is doing this, Black Americans is doing. No. What are y'all doing? You know? So we're gonna watch Tariq Nasheed one. And we're gonna hear them talk.
Hey, thanks Tariq for the time up to speak. I know I've kind of posted things contrary to things that you've posted in the past, so I appreciate the time to speak.
Give me a refresher. What if
I don't know. I mean, I'm white, you're Black. We kind of come from different walks of life, but we're Americans, right?
have you posted some anti-Black stuff?
No, not really. I'm very anti global Jewish supremacy. I really believe.
Here we go with that.
That's trolling. White supremacy. What are you doing about systematic white supremacy?
I truly believe that every supremacy, if you look at every industry in our country of America, has to do the majority of which is controlled by Jews, which are not white.
Why haven't you done anything about it then?
Well, that's what I'm trying to
No, you're
do.
not.
I mean,
When
like,
they're when Jewish people who are anti-black, when they've attacked us, when have you helped black people against Jewish supremacy?
Mm.
Name one time in history when you or anybody in your community has helped black people against Jewish anti-blackness.
Mm.
One time.
I mean, in terms of my job, like I'm not really social media. In terms of my job, I
Uh-oh.
support black
Uh-oh.
people as much as I support white people. There's no separation for me. I do
That's
not. To me,
like
to me,
not an answer.
go ahead.
When, if the problem is Jews and they're the real supremacists, when have you Anglos or non-Jewish whites helped or protected or defended black people from the anti-black Jews who had restricted covenants, who had negative images in Hollywood of us, who had discriminatory stores where they wouldn't let us eat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all were working together with them against them.
Oh, so hold on. So for me, it's very new for me to realize what is antithetical to being an American, whether you're a white American or whether you're a black American.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. I didn't want to hear no more. When I ask you a question and you deflect, that means you ain't got no answer. That means your questions are in bad faith. I didn't even want to hear the rest.
I know.
That means you all work together against us. Everything else you say is bullshit. Yeah, whenever they come in with the whole Jewish thing, I'm just shutting it down because it's a ploy to waste time. That's what I'm doing from this point on because we've already debunked that. So now when they come in here with that Jewish deflection, you're trying to deliberately waste time. And then when I ask you, what about you white supremacists, you Anglos that were right there supporting their anti-blackness, you were sure moving into them Jewish-run neighborhoods that were all white. When they put all them all white restricted covenants that were Jewish owned, y'all had no problem moving into them. Don't come telling me that they're the problem. Miss me with that. Y'all were sure y'all were going to see them Hollywood movies and them shows with anti-blackness and people in blackface that
Mm-hmm.
some of them Jewish producers were putting together. You Anglo whites were flooding the theaters to go see that. Y'all used to flood to go see Al Jolson, who was Jewish with blackface. Y'all, they ain't a problem now. You ain't about to deflect. You were sitting right there with them.
Yeah.
Y'all birds of a feather flocking together. You ain't about to.
This is why I say, yo, they all work together, man. I always tell people all the time, it's not really a to me, I don't give a fuck. I already know that they're gonna work together and they're gonna destroy each other. Sooner or later, they're gonna destroy each other. I'm not gonna be surprised. Hold on a second. Yeah, they're gonna destroy each other. I'm just gonna be personally honest. This is what they always do, and it's nothing new. You know, and I hope they don't take this the wrong way, but most of y'all do. Y'all destroy each other. You know, I'm not surprised. I'm a person that's never surprised about that. So yeah, this is why I said let them handle their own things.
Sit here and play no 3-card Monte with me. Yeah, you ain't about to waste our time. We don't do that. We do not do that. You white supremacists think you slick. Yeah, I'm not inviting you in the juke joint, buddy. You gonna stay outside playing your damn fiddle, Remick. You're not coming in the juke joint.
He said, "Play your friend."
That's how they try to be slick. Shout out to everybody in here. We got a lot of folks in here. Well, everybody, y'all need to go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com, make a contribution to the Hidden History Museum. Let's get this guy here. Let's get Nate.
Yo, what's up, nigger?
Okay. That's the best you got? What else you got? Come on.
Well, I can't call you a punk ass black nigger.
Yeah, you can. On the phone.
I can't call you what you are, you mulatto.
On the phone, yeah, you can say anything on the phone. That's what
On the phone. Oh.
what bitches do. All bitches talk a bunch of shit on the phone. So yeah, you do what.
Don't mute me. I'm in right now.
Yeah, you all sassy. Yes, a sassy bitch.
What would you do if I called you in your face?
But you're not. We know you're not. So
60.
Yeah,
It's like about.
and we got the average dick size of 8 inches, and it's going up.
Why is it about dick?
And it's going up in your white sister. So yeah, that those sizes work itself out, don't it? Hmm?
My
Is that what you're upset about? Your white sister getting boned down by a brother?
my dick is shit, nigga. My dick.
Right, right. Is that what's offending you, sir? You getting your sister getting smashed down by a brother, sir, or you? Because you sound very moist.
Mm.
Yeah, who's your barber today?
You sound very. And you're trolling this corny.
Yeah,
Listen how
he has to
lame you
work on the
sound.
troll. He has to work
You're
on the
reduced to
trolling.
angry trolling. You're not even witty, and that's why your women out here.
This is why I told y'all, and this is why I say, like, yo, this is what it's turning into. One guy talking about, yeah, we need to work together and stuff like that. And we had to explain to them, like, yo, we are the common denominator for y'all to sticking together. If we're not there, y'all gonna y'all gonna try to violate us. This is why I say, yo, just stay out there fucking business. Let them go to war with each other. This is why a lot of these white supremacists, instead of running up on liberals and Democrats, they wanted to go to barbershops and debate us last summer. Like, what the fuck are you debating us for? Why aren't you going to the motherfuckers who popped Charlie Kirk? You know, the people who were making fun of Charlie Kirk. Why weren't let me tell you something. This is why I say a lot of these white supremacists are fickle too. Fickled. A lot of them are fickle because at the end of the day, when Charlie Kirk got popped, they were singing all these Negro church songs and holding hands, doing the fucking Martin Luther King thing. Myra Gaines pulling out his firearm, saying, I can use this, but I'm not. I'm gonna use my brain. Now what he went back to? Went back to calling black people niggas. He's a loser. He's a down low undercover loser. And I'll put it this way. I wouldn't be surprised if Chad the bussy lover and Myron Gaines were hooking up. You know, because look what happened with Destiny and Nick Fuentes allegedly. Look at the stories we heard about Andrew Tate's allegedly having transgender porn in his phone. You know, getting caught. You know, I show you the evidence a few times when what's his name? Joe Rogan said that, like, yo, I was gonna give Andrew Tate's my number, and Andrew Tate, you know, when I went through his phone, I seen transgender porn. That's what he said. And and Joe Rogan said, hey man, you love what you love. But he started giving Joe Rogan the cold shoulder after. You know, let's like I said, this is a pattern in the white supremacist community. You know, they hate black people, but they love bussy. White conservatives too. They love bussy. That's why I said the only difference between a Republican and a Democrat, at least the Democrat is honest of what they do. If they like bussy, if they like sucking a pole, they'll tell you. There ain't no shame in their game. But these conservatives, they wanna put on a show for you. They want to put on a show.
With a chocolate sausage in their mouth right now.
Yeah, your woman.
Yeah, your woman don't want you. Listen how lame you sound. You're not even witty. You're outdated.
Yeah, I have a question for you. Let me ask you.
No, you're outdated and corny, and you sound Hispanic. You're not even an Anglo.
Can I talk?
No, you sound like a Hispanic.
Fucking nigger.
I don't. Yeah, you've blown your
Let me talk, monkey.
monkey. Have you taken a good look at a monkey?
You heard me, nigger.
Yeah, have you taken a good look at a monkey, Jose?
Yeah, you look just like him. Surprisingly.
So does your abuela, because you're Hispanic. You're not even Anglo.
You got those. You got those.
You got your abuela has the same thing because you're Hispanic. You're not even Anglo,
Mm.
right? Come on, you doing all of this N-word and you ain't even accepted into full whiteness. Look at you. You're trying to audition. And you're sitting around here working at Chipotle. You're not even allowed into whiteness.
Chipotle? What are you talking about, nigga?
I'm not offended by that. We two N-words sitting in a tree. You got more N-word in you than I do, don't you?
Oh
Come on,
no!
Javier. Come on, I don't have you muted. We're having.
Oh, you didn't mute me today, King Louis.
Yeah, we're having an intervention.
I want to be like you.
Yeah, you're projecting because you got Negro in you as a Hispanic. You're a Hispanic. You got Negro in you.
I'm not Hispanic.
Yes, you are.
I'm German.
I hear burrito crumbs dropping down on your poncho right now. I hear it. I can hear it.
Well, at least I don't have no chicken crumbs on me.
Chicken crumbs are delicious. It's better than avocado wraps and mayonnaise.
Yeah, the thing that you steal for a living.
Okay, yeah, you corny as hell. You sound like them. You sound like them little white boys who be on my kids' video games. Some of your insults are like 5-year-olds. Yeah, no wonder your sister and your mom is out there getting boned out. You got a black stepdad somewhere. Do you have a black stepdad?
Nigga, fuck your kids, nigga.
Is that what you got a black? That's not offensive. You got a black stepdad. That's what you're so upset about.
Those little niggas.
Right. You got some. You got very small hands. Are you a little person?
Oh shit!
Your hands are very small. Are you like 4'7" or something like that? You like real little?
Nah, no, you're real little.
You a little old petite bitch. Come on now. You a little old.
Yeah, go buy.
You a Mayo McNugget. You a little old petite bitch. You got little hoe hands. Like you give little hand jobs with them damn hands. You got Palmolive hands. You a straight.
If I were you,
You are a bitch. You got hands.
If you love that mute, but don't you?
I do. You got hands like a hoe. That's why you so mad at masculine black men in here and you calling up trying to talk tough on a phone. You know how lame that is? Because you know good and well.
You want to talk?
Because you couldn't do it in person, you little coward bitch. You can't do nothing in person. You're in here mad and spiraling out of control, yelling the N-word because you a coward and you can't do it in person. You know why?
How about?
Because somebody will use your own hands to slap you with. All right? Now
How about this, monkey?
Get your moist ass out of here. All right. Yeah, that didn't eat. You weren't eating with that. You yelling the N-word. Ain't nobody tripping on that. We see how that goes when you do it in person. You showing how much of a bitch you are.
Mm-hmm.
And you letting your women in your community see how much of a bitch you are. I want y'all to understand that when y'all do whole shit like that, you know what your women do when they see you? You know how your women look at you? Like, ugh. Oh God, my guy's a bitch. I gotta find some black cock. That's PR for your women to go out there and get some soul pole. They despise that lame behavior coming from you. That looks real lame. Let's get racist intellectual. You here? You've been trying to get up, man, and your phone has been acting janky. Racist intellectual, where you at, man? I don't know what's up with your phone, brother. Okay, your screen name is the racist intellectual, but you weren't using your white power to get no good phone. You sitting in that trailer and the reception is horrible. All right, let me get Miss Parker in the building. Miss Parker, where you at, dear? No, she's not saying.
I'm right here.
Okay, let me see if Racist is on here. Racist, you in here?
Racist I've ever heard in my life. I mean, you're so angry. You always like if I talk like you.
Slow down. I haven't even raised my voice. I'm mellow and calm.
Oh,
I haven't showed any
to do with your voice. You're so angry about white people, but you have to live around them. Because I mean, why not move to Africa? You'd make it $2 an hour.
Why would I live in Africa? I'm a foundational Black American.
Buddy, you'd make $2 an hour, idiot.
This is my country. I would make the same amount.
Well, of course you would, buddy. White people move away from people like
no,
you would never move because your own race makes $2 an hour.
That's a projection, sir.
I mean, listen, buddy, I will pay you to debate me. I'm one of the most feared political intellectuals currently in the world.
No,
you're such an idiot. Like, you're so dishonest.
You're not. You're just whining right now. You projecting your anger. You're all mad and whining and just saying shit. Listen to you. You all unhinged. Now why
You're hilarious. You're like the most racist ever. Black people this.
projection, sir? That's a projection. Why are you projecting? What's your projecting about? Huh?
How much
What
debate, bro? I'll pay you hundreds of dollars an hour to debate, you stupid motherfucker. You're one of the most dumbest fuckers I've ever heard in my life. And
you're being a woman right now. You're being a white woman right now. Calm down. Just saying, just making personal insults. Oh, you're being you're being a woman. You're being a very emotional bitch. Take the estrogen out.
And look how big of a wimp you are.
Sir, you're the one whining like a hoe. You're whining to Black Daddy. You've been calling.
You're a wimp. You have to
whining to Black Daddy, sir. You're the biatch. I'm not.
Look at him. He has to mute. He's so tired.
Yes, I'm muting you because you have to control women acting dudes. See, I'm being a man by controlling you. You're my bitch right now, and I shut bitches up.
Look at him. He has to mute
his bitches up. Yes, I'm muting you again. You're not going to act like a bitch. You're being a Karen. We're not going to let you. The white dad.
You're a total wimp deep down.
White daddy.
Like no one debates like this. Like no, like I've done more debates than
debate my equals. You're not my equal. You're not nobody to debate. You're a nobody suspected white supremacist. You are nobody to debate. You can't even.
You would never debate me, bro. You're a pussy. How much you want to debate?
You don't.
How much?
1,000 people who follow you. Nobody gives a shit about you. You're a run-of-the-mill trailer trash piece of shit.
How much you want to actually be a racist once in your life? You
don't. Nothing, you low-level, low birth rate, wet dog smelling white supremacist punk ass. You don't have anything, sir. You don't even have followers. Nobody even listens to you.
Look how scared he is to actually debate.
You're a nobody. You're a nobody. You're nobody to.
Look at him. Look how scared he is to actually debate.
That Jedi mind trick ain't working. I'm beating you now. I'm already whooping you. You're my bitch. I'm looking at. I got you whining. I've already.
Look how scared he is to actually.
I've already have you defeated. I have you saying the same shit over and over like a woman. When you repeat stuff over and over again, that's called nagging. You done said the same thing over.
Look at him. I'm one of the most feared.
You keep saying, look at him. You're muting me. Look at, I got you.
Everyone look how scared he actually is.
I got you like a woman. You're not debating anything. All you've done is whine. Give me a talking point.
I know, because you're scared of me.
Anything that I've said and stop acting like a woman. Start debating. If you so feared, debate. Debunk.
Look, you can't debate.
Debunk anything I've said.
Well, for one, black people were only 1% of white people even own.
This whole country was built by slavery. So yeah, you ain't gonna come in here lying.
Everyone noticed he's a wimp. Yeah, he's a total wimp.
You're not gonna come in here doing all of them 4chan lying ass talking points. That only 1% had. Now, this whole country was built off slavery. Every avenue.
The government
out of slavery. All of it. There's not one.
Are you stupid? Look how.
Okay, name something that didn't have anything to do with slavery in this country in the building.
Buddy, slavery wasn't even profitable, you moron.
But what was?
You're so uneducated.
What was profitable then? Go.
Well, that's why the South didn't have a lot of money.
Profitable then? Go.
Yeah, slavery wasn't that profitable. That's why.
What was that? You're lightweight. You're lightweight. I've already debunked you now, and you can't even give an answer. Get your bitch ass off my phone. I've already debunked you. I'm not going to even waste time.
Shit.
You a lightweight punk.
Niggas disrespecting.
I just debunked you and destroyed your argument right there. I got you on a loop. You can't even name anything else that was profitable besides slavery. Oh, a lot of stuff did. Slavery. What was profitable then? If it wasn't slavery, what was profitable? You can't name it. Yeah, you're not gonna come in here with these little 4chan talking points, punk ass. All of that. You're stupid. All of that. Those are deflections. Those are deflections because you can't debate. You ain't got no argument. You just mad because there's a large number of people in here having an intellectual conversation debunking your horse shit. They really have a problem with that. When they see a large number of us like this, we got a couple of thousand people in here right now, breaking them down educating each other on white supremacist culture. See, they like to come in and control the narrative. They like to control the mechanisms of the narrative, and we ain't letting that happen.
Yeah, they're having a hard
You
time.
youth asses, if enemy did, yeah. You ain't gonna come in here just yelling and screaming, trying to control the narrative by being disruptive, getting into a bunch of ad hominems. You ain't doing that. Bring you some damn scholarship. You stupid moron. No, bring some scholarship. What was profitable if it wasn't slavery? Boom, I've already debunked your dumb ass. Miss me with that. You ain't coming in here. Slavery was the name of the game. Everything was born out of slavery. All of it.
He's right.
Nothing else profitable in this country but slavery. We had hands in every nook and cranny of the building of this nation. Everything, without exception, came out of slavery. Everything, ladies and gentlemen. Not some, not half, not a percentage, everything. That's either true or damn false. Show me something that wasn't born out of slavery. I'm telling you, the medical industry came out of slavery in America. The insurance companies came out of slavery in America. The railroad systems came out of slavery in America. All of it. The banking system in America was born out of slavery. These were slave owners who were part of that. All of these corporations came out of slavery. All of it. All of it. Come on now. Miss Parker, where you at, dear? Go ahead, dear.
I shared a link in an article last Tuesday. Two suspected white supremacists were caught again with 2 ghost guns and 50 rounds. I guess they pulled a gun out on a gentleman and his daughter in the parking lot, and that's how they were caught. They were in the grocery store again, passing the gun. I guess they were deciding to maybe shoot it up again.
Oh, wow.
So I shared the link.
Oh, I'm going to look that up. Okay. Thank you, dear. I appreciate it.
All right. All right.
Okay. Man. But yeah, like I said, man, everything came out of slavery here. Man, when they start that only 1%, get the hell out of here. Slavery wasn't just about these slave owners themselves. The United States government protected these slave owners and protected the institution of slavery. Then the military kept us enslaved. We couldn't get out of slavery because of the federal government. And then the militia groups who weren't slave owners, but they were brought in, they were profiting off of searching us and hunting us down. The bounty hunters and the slave patrols, the overseers, oh, it was a whole big thing. All the major universities funded by slavery. Well, yeah, American policing came out of the slave patrols. Come on now. The White House, that was built by us. Come on now. The damn White House was built.
All right, this is off the topic that we're on right now. So that was a good one. This is what I'm saying. They can't stick together, man. They want us to help them, but we can't. Now I'm gonna show you MAGA versus liberals. And this is they're hurting their own self, but we're gonna listen to half of this.
Family farm, and from people who are relishing in seeing MAGA supporters crying tears of regret. Check it out.
I got to farm with my dad every day. It's a way of life. It's a wonderful way of life. And it's at risk. It shouldn't be.
The impact of Trump's tariffs is being felt in the heartland. Soybean farmers here are now suffering economically like they haven't in decades.
Right now, we are harvesting soybeans in Marengo, Illinois. My family has been farming since 1846. I'm the 5th generation. We're a grain operation. We grow corn, soybeans. I am a product of the pioneers. It's history. You don't let that go. One of the best memories that I had was just my dad teaching me how to drive a tractor. I got to farm with my dad every day. It was pretty cool. How many people could do that? It's a way of life. It's a wonderful way of life. And it's at risk. It shouldn't be.
This is the thing. White supremacy, but this is probably an everyday working white man or European, whatever he calls himself. This is an everyday working white man that probably he's starting to see life differently. But Black Americans is used to this. We know how to adapt. He's not adapting with the changes. He has to adapt with the changes and fix it. All this crying to the news and shit like that. No, you got to learn how to fix it, man. And this is where I say the begging. You can't be out here begging, player. You got to sell soybeans. So if you're gonna sell it in America or out of America, you pay as you weigh, man. You got to pay as you weigh, man. Sometimes you might have to do it yourself. And I got to be personally honest. A lot of y'all white folks is begging right now. When Black Americans was fighting for reparations, we wasn't asking for no handout. We was asking for what you owe our ancestors, what you owe our people. Now, y'all are begging for help. Y'all begging for some free shit. And I'm going to be personally honest, and I'm sorry to come down on you, player, but you begging for free shit. The world don't owe you anything. This is what you have to understand. I get this is a family business, but you gotta fix what your family didn't prepare you for. I'm gonna just be personally honest about it.
It's total bullshit. Human lives are at stake. It's stupid. The whole thing is stupid. Harvest is usually the best time of the year. It's literally the fruits of your labor. This is the time where we as farmers get to celebrate all of our hard work and that we get paid for our year's worth of work. And unfortunately, this one has a real bitter taste to it because the money is being spent right now in Argentina and being given to billionaires. Farming's hard enough as it is, dealing with Mother Nature, but this year especially is very challenging because of the tariffs that have been put upon us. Our cost of production has increased and our markets have dropped dramatically. And this is really putting a major strain on all farmers right now. If anybody who's not a farmer and they say, well, what do I care about what's happening with farmers? What does that matter? Well, in Illinois, 20% of all jobs revolve around agriculture. And when farmers have money, we spend it. And we spend it on really big, high-ticket items like combines or tractors, all of whom are made in major Rust Belt areas. And those are really high-paying, good jobs. And that trickles down to the waitresses who get better tips, to our schools because people have more income. The schools get better funded. And right now, we're just in a major holding pattern because we have no income. The American people are hurting right now. The farmers are hurting right now. There is absolutely no reason for this. When President Obama was in office, we had a wonderful jolt of energy because we had an administration that said, we're going to have advanced biofuels power our country. And then Trump got in there and decided to have his trade wars again and everything else and to roll back all those environmental protections.
I'm sorry to laugh, but this is the bullshit I was telling y'all about. It's just y'all can't get along, man. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. If this man wasn't complaining, somebody else would. And I apologize for what you're going through. But this what comes with the territory. This what comes with the job, man. I'm gonna be personally honest.
And the ag economy started to tank. Joe Biden gets in there again. Hey, we're going to have advanced biofuels. We're going to have airline fuel that comes from corn-based ethanol. What happened? Prices went up again, up to an all-time high, right where they were. Trump gets back in there again. We're going to have a trade war, and boom, prices are tanking again.
President Trump is said to be considering a bailout of at least $10 billion for farmers. That may be too little too late.
We don't want a bailout. We want a market. Bailouts are Band-Aids. We aren't even made whole off of this. That's money that should be going towards senior citizens. That's money that should be going for the Affordable Care Act. That's money that should just be going to regular tax cuts for normal Americans and not billionaires. What he is doing is destroying our markets. And when those markets disappear, we're not going to get them back. We need to have a new policy.
No, he's right. We're not getting shits back. I'm gonna be personally honest. I don't think he's. That's why I was like, yo, a lot of y'all white supremacists and a lot of you white nationalists and conservatives, y'all was cheering on the bullshit. When niggas was deporting people, y'all was cheering it on. Now y'all got caught up in the pickle. Y'all thought y'all was gonna get that money that y'all was cheering on and stopping the resources for other people, but we gotta call it as it is. That's y'all bullshit. Real talk.
We need to have an ag policy that works for farmers again. And we know what works. We have to be able to make a living doing this. The years that we do the best are when our products are in demand. And our products, overwhelming for the history of this country, are in demand when we have a strong export market. And we have to keep those markets alive. We have to do that. And this administration isn't doing that. People came to this country for opportunity. Opportunity equal land. And we're giving that up. And it's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. Part of the reason why the greatness of this nation is because we take care of people and there's values of the family farm that need to be upheld. And it's good for America.
We tried to warn you, Trump supporters. We tried to explain to you that everything that Donald Trump was saying about taxes, about inflation, about virtually everything was lies. The man is the single most brazen and shameless liar in all of American history. And it is really mind-boggling that he fooled so many of you. And while you still don't understand this, you soon will. Or at least for crying out loud, you should. Donald Trump, two lies that we can point to. He's already admitting were lies, are his lies about tariffs and his lies about grocery prices. Because as you know, he promised the moon and stars when it comes to tariffs. Tariffs would solve all our problems, including reducing the price of everything. But because suddenly we're going to start making everything in America and everything's going to be so much cheaper and plentiful. Well, he's already come out and said, I can't guarantee that my tariffs aren't going to increase the price of goods sold in the United States. Yeah, no shit.
Every other video on my TikTok page is a Trump supporter regretting voting for Trump. And I love this because it actually all boils down to them having to go through it. Okay, you got this one bitch who's over here crying about how she has to have an abortion and she's afraid to have it because she's in Texas. No fucking shit, bitch. You probably voted for Greg Abbott. You're over here, you got this fucking girl who's married to an immigrant who's crying about her husband having to go. No shit, bitch. This is what you fucking voted for. I love it. I love it. Okay, I want more of that, less of the fucking TikTok
Hey,
ads
yo.
and lives. I want
Real talk. If I'm gonna love a white woman, it'll probably be this woman. She's mad disrespectful. And she's sweet when she's doing it. And y'all know I don't really mess with white women like that. I don't. She look like she'll probably kill me in my sleep, but she look like she got some good coochie, though. Look like her coochie is blonde. Let me not say that. I'm sorry, sugar. I'm sorry, sugar. Nah, it look like her coochie is blonde. Oh shit.
more fucking rub it in your face, bitch. Fuck you.
This is for all you Trumpers that voted for Donald Trump. You guys want to talk shit about Joe Biden. Now you want to bring Obama up in the middle of this. But let's just recap one thing, and I want you to hear this real fucking clear. You have an orange man that sits in the Oval Office who has got ties with Jeffrey Epstein. You've got a man in that office who has destroyed this country with his tariffs, who has made people be laid off, who has cut thousands of jobs, that has shit at the store skyrocketing.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
only is he a criminal and a felon, not only is he a sex offender, not only does he probably do a lot of other
I'm gonna say this: when white people hate you, they hate you, and there's no going back to it until they get when they get their dues, man. I'm gonna be personally honest. Yo, I'm gonna be personally honest. When I see white people hate other white people, yo, they hate them with a passion. Don't let that motherfucker die the next day, man. Them motherfuckers might piss on your grave, might have a party. Yeah, niggas might get busy. I'm gonna be personally honest. Yeah, yeah, white people, yeah, when they hate you, man.
things that you can't say on here with inappropriate women and ages and all that. You kind of know where I'm going with that, because
Nigga,
I
you
think
just
it
go-
ties back into Jeffrey Epstein. You also have a man on here that is a pathological liar. You also have a man on here that doesn't give LGBTQ plus their rights. You also have a man on here that is racist. You also have a man on here that didn't do what he said he was going to do with the war. You also have a man on here who started a war. You also have a man that said that he bombed and did all this stuff. And then they come out and said, no, you didn't really bomb Iran. You didn't do these things. So this is who you've got in office.
This is how it went.
Very happy and excited that Trump won. As far as financially, obviously nothing's really changed. We're still under the Biden administration, but I know that it is coming, and
this is how it's going.
So I admit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be personally honest. I love videos like that where bitches be dancing, like be dancing and shit. Did I? Yo, this is why I say, yo, when white people hate you, they're gonna tell you why they hate you. We know these two women don't get along. Watch.
Very happy and excited that Trump won. As far as financially, obviously nothing's really changed. We're still under the Biden administration, but I know that it is coming, and
this is how it's going.
So I admit, I regret my vote for Donald Trump.
You fucked up.
I regret it because I needed these changes sooner.
Yo!
I needed the prices to go down sooner.
Yeah, shit happens. I gotta tell Sugar, Sugar, you gotta adapt. This is why a lot of these white supremacists and white nationalists, conservatives and liberals go crazy, because y'all don't adapt. You gotta adapt with the time. That's the thing about Black Americans. We adapt with time. We know how to talk to people. This is why everybody wants to be us and hates us,
So that I didn't drain out my bank account.
Yeah, you regret your vote. And you know what? You're saying that you regret your vote. You're on video here crying your eyes out because you learned the hard way that Donald Trump does not mean lower prices for you. He again stated over and over and over again that he was going to do blanket tariffs. We told you he was going to raise prices. You guys said, no, we don't know what we're talking about. Experts who studied this for 10 plus years now, they just don't know. And now you're suffering the consequences of raising prices in a shitty economy.
Watch this huge MAGA fan realize over time that Donald Trump's big ugly bill actually hurts him and his family. This was him before the bill got signed into law.
I bet y'all don't think Donald Trump's a liar now. No taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security passed the House today with flying colors in effect after December 31st, 2025. And y'all said he wouldn't do it, but he did the shit in 5 months.
But after he actually read the bill and realized that Donald Trump is not only breaking a bunch of his promises, but hurting the American people as well, his tune changed a little bit. Take a look at him now.
You know why we voted for Donald Trump? Because the middle class man finally thought he was going to get ahead in life. You said no taxes on overtime. Big, bold, beautiful letters. We thought, hell yeah, why would we not vote for that? Then you turn around and pass the bill and it's a crock of shit. Make a certain amount of money. Of course, when you put it in big, bold, beautiful letters, it looks great. We're going to vote for you. And you.
That's why I was telling people all the time, Trump is going to have a civil war. He's going to start a civil war with white folks. I'm going to be personally honest with y'all, a lot of y'all white folks. y'all might go into civil war. Black Americans is gonna step the fuck back, like, yo, y'all gotta handle y'all business out here. But yeah, y'all might go into civil war. This is why I named the title what I named. Yeah, like look what Donald Trump is doing to y'all motherfuckers. They might have to call the National Guards on y'all. And a lot of y'all conservatives, y'all might be allying with a lot of Democrats. A lot of y'all gonna be allying. Y'all alliances is gonna be Democrats and niggas with lipstick talking about her. So it's all that shit that y'all said about gay folks and all that homosexual and homophobic shit that y'all niggas said. That's about to be your new alliance. I'm telling you. All jokes aside.
Knew what you were doing. You were baiting people in, saying no taxes on overtime. You ain't giving no fucking details. Your details that we read ain't worth a flying fuck.
Yeah, once again, another Trump supporter in the finding out phase of their support for Donald Trump. They thought he was going to make the country better for some reason, supported him, and now they're realizing that, wow, Donald Trump doesn't actually care about any hardworking.
Let's go on to the next one, man. These niggas is crying. Yeah, they fucked up right now, and I'm gonna show you what it turned into. This is what it's turning into now.
In July 2025, a very popular white supremacist by the name of Eric Orwell got an interview on TMZ. The reason why he got that interview is because he was a part of this brand new settlement called Return to the Land, also known as RTTL. Now, the Return to the Land project was white people who were buying land in remote areas of Arkansas and Missouri, and they were building all white settlements. And so again, when TMZ heard about it, he was involved. When they found out that he was the leader of it, he was invited to talk about it. And they asked him a very important question.
So, first of all, explain the premise. Why a white-only community?
Here he respond with this.
Well, many white Americans do value their European heritage, and we don't think there's anything wrong with that. Many also are afraid that our identity is under threat from mass immigration.
Damn!
One of the things that he said in this particular interview was that the Caucasian or the European history or culture was under threat. Now, obviously, most white supremacists like Eric Orwell are anti-Semitic, and almost all of them are anti-black. So to prevent any race mixing or those issues ever coming about,
I'm gonna say that I get that the race mixing and stuff like that, and you wanting your kids to you just be with pure whites and try to say what's left of the white community because everybody's mixing. So I'm sorry, but I gotta laugh. But yeah, this is what the shit turned into, Yeah, this is what this shit is turning into now. It's white America's scared. They didn't take it serious. I don't think they take it serious. And plus, don't forget, a lot of these kids are not having kids. Or sometimes when these kids do have kids, they're having these kids like really late, like in the mid 30s. So yeah.
All white settlement was something that would solve that issue. But he isn't the only white supremacist who felt this way.
We'll tell you this as plainly as possible. I don't want to live around black people. I just don't. It would be irresponsible if I had a wife and kids to live near black people. It just would be.
Nick Fuentes is another white supremacist who has went on record talking about his displeasure with the black community. He is from the suburbs of Chicago. Chicago is a liberal democratic city. Obviously, Chicago is a sanctuary city, so it takes in a lot of illegal migrants, just as many white supremacists are. They're typically on the far right, not just Republican, but on the far right, like alt-right. And he said it here. He doesn't want to live around blacks, which would put him in the same ecosystem as somebody like Eric Orwell, the first person that I mentioned. But there's a problem. Ever since February 28th, the United States has decided to go to war with Iran, or at least bomb them with Israel. And here's the fundamental problem that many whites on the far right are having. They don't have a problem with the country going to war. They only want the country to go to war if it's for American issues. Now, many people believe, just as it was the last president, that Israel is controlling the White House, that we move and jump whenever Israel says that we need to. And Iran, or even bombing,
That's what people believe.
Is not necessarily the best thing for us to be doing right now, because all we're doing is helping Israel, and we are not putting Americans first. And this is in direct contradiction to what Donald Trump ran on as a policy, not going to war and putting America first. And it's becoming such a problem that Donald Trump is alienating some of his supporters.
Do you hate Trump more than Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's just a white traitor. I hate traitors first. He's selling out the country to anybody.
Meaning?
He's going to send Americans to die for Israel. Let them fight their own to steal the country. Damn, damn, damn!
Now, again, let's get back to politics, because Nick Fuentes is a man that has historically hated the left. And you want to talk about a lot of the LGBTQ support, the support for Israel, which is typically really on both sides, then we're really talking about Democratic supporters. And it's important to understand that 92% or higher of the African American community or Black American community are Democratic voters. So when you talk about some of the black cities that people on the right really discuss, the St. Louis's of the world, the New Orleans of the world, the Chicagos of the world, the Memphises of the world, the Little Rocks of the world, the Mobiles and Birminghams and Dallases of the world, LA's, Philadelphia's, are all Democratic cities.
That 92% is mixed in with I'll say like 5 or even 10% of other immigrants. But Black Americans, I don't think most of us didn't vote the last election. You know, I'm gonna be personally honest. I don't think a lot of us did vote.
Talk about crime, they will always point to this. And so this is why people say they're far right or they're on the right, because Democrats don't really.
Hey, what's going on, real nigga 6ix9ine? Salute, salute.
Republicans do. And this is the reason why they make fun of blacks being single moms and having single parents and single parent homes and all of this. But now Nick Fuentes is upset.
I'll say this. White people have more single parentings than black people. I'm gonna be personally honest. A lot of these white folks, yeah, they got a lot of single parenting homes. So yeah, I don't like that narrative being pushed, because a lot of Black Americans take care of their kids. We're probably not married, you know, but we do take care of our kids. Most of us probably do live in a home, but not really don't live in a home. So yeah, we're there. And when I mean like they don't live in a home because they don't live in a home, it's because of probably a circumstance. It's not probably because of the woman. I don't like people pushing that on black women. I'm gonna be personally honest, because there are a lot of great black women out here.
Do not vote in the midterms. And if you do, vote for Democrats. Fuck this. That is what the Republicans deliver.
Wait, did I hear that right?
Hold up. Wait a minute. This is what I said, yeah.
Nick Fuentes?
Oh, what's up, Dorsey?
Democratic?
Woo! Damn, Dorsey, you got another one?
Yeah, that's interesting. That the white supremacists who
What's going on,
not
Dorsey?
want to live around black people, who is telling his white audience that black people are so dangerous that you shouldn't live around them, is now telling his base, his follower base, vote Democrat. Do anything you can to
Shout
get
out to you,
President
Dorsey.
Donald Trump out of office. Now, this is important.
Facts. Thanks,
because
Dorsey.
When we look at white supremacists and their ideologies, which cover a lot of territory, to be honest, but let's focus in on the idea about black people. Black people are unaccountable. Black people do not want to do anything to change their situation. Blacks need to pull up themselves by the bootstraps, and black people are their own problem. Please stop blaming the white man. And of course, we can get into what some white supremacists say about IQ,
No, I'm chilling, Dorsey.
lower IQ, and the black ecosystem, but I will leave that for another day. But I never thought I would hear a day where a white supremacist would say, listen, the people that I don't want to live around, let's go ahead and just vote for the same community that they vote for. Even though none of our policies, for the most part, as conservatives or those on the right, follow the framework of the Democratic Party. But guys, it actually gets worse.
We have to put all the differences aside.
What'd I tell you?
Put the differences
What'd I tell
aside,
you?
Left and right, Republican, Democrat, Christian, Muslim, white, black, men, women.
This is why I said the Democrats, the Republicans, they always beg for Black American helps. This is a cry out for help. Black Daddy, help us, Black Daddy. Go on, finish talking.
We have to put all that aside and stand against the occupation.
So now he's saying something that I think is very interesting. We got to put our differences aside. Democrats, Republicans, whites, or blacks. But wait, isn't he the same guy that was saying this?
And that's not to say that every black person is violent. It's not to say that every black person is the same way. But we watch the news. We read the papers. When you drive downtown in Chicago, you know who you got to look out for and worry about when you're thinking about whether you're going to get carjacked, when you're worried about catching a stray bullet, when you're worried about who's going to pull up on the side of the road and literally shove a rifle in your face and steal your iPhone or shoot you point blank, execution style, in Lincoln Park. We know who's doing it.
He said chances are.
Now all of a sudden you want to stand together with the same people that you said that you don't want to live by.
Yo, Dorsey, it be like that.
Is the play?
It be like that, Dorsey.
That everybody runs in the black community.
Yeah.
We already know that the white liberals run it, but now the white conservatives are trying to run the play too. And how do we know they're trying to run the same play?
Our country is under a hostile occupation. That's what it is. Our government is occupied. Our government, our elites, all the institutions that control the country. The United States of America is an occupied nation. We are occupied by a hostile alien force, and they have so much control that they are able to send our sons and daughters, the bravest and best among us, to kill and die for their agenda.
So this plea says something important. He says here, our elites are sellouts. We are occupied by a foreign group. So let's really look at that because, again, black people are the problem, or at least part of the problem that whites face. Whites are being villainized by some of these blacks, and they are so dangerous, you would be a fool to live around them. But on the flip side, our elites are sellouts. We are occupied by a foreign group, and when he talks about a foreign group, indeed he means Israel. So at first, blacks are a problem, not the problem, obviously, right? The elites are the problem. Well, Nick Fuentes, what color are the elites again?
What?
They're white.
Woo!
What color is Donald Trump? These white.
Woo!
Yeah, Dorsey, they getting busy in Memphis right now.
Fixed this country, made all of the rules, established slavery, and then abolished slavery too, granted. They're the ones that control the world. and you're mad at your own community for being sellouts. But now, since you're occupied by this foreign non-white group, you're looking for the rest of the country to put aside our differences to help you, the white man who did all these other things, to help you against your own community because your own community has sold you out. So then, by that logic, you have no reason to be racist or prejudiced against black people at all, because by your own logic, black people were never the problem in the first place. We've never done anything to you. You've done it to yourself. Now you want black people to help you fix your own problems because you're not intellectual enough to fix it. Damn. But this one is shocking.
And I don't care what color you are. I don't care what party you vote for. I don't care if you hate every other one.
Help, Black Daddy, help. That's all I hear. Help, Black Daddy, help.
One of my views, I am a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ.
I thought he was a Catholic. All right, we're going to watch half of this, and we're going to call it the day. So, yeah, let's get busy.
Closing in. The walls are closing in on Chattaboosie. He put up a tweet. He said something like, yeah, when he was in jail, because he got out pretty fast.
Damn. Yeah, your boy's getting busy out there, Dorsey.
He got out probably in like 10 hours or something. I don't know. Yeah, the bill wasn't really that high. But he got out when he started tweeting, yeah, I was in general population with the blacks and they loved me and they were protecting me. And first of all, you weren't in no damn general population. I don't believe that now. No, man, listen, as somebody who's been to jail before, not to be proud or brag on that, it takes about 12 to 13 hours to get processed in to go to general population now. Yeah, you didn't get it. You didn't get in the GP that damn quick. All right. Yeah, it takes.
My man got caught lying.
Prison. I done been to the county out here.
Yo, Chuck got caught lying. Yeah, he's getting busy out here, Dorsey. Yeah, business is about to pick up, man. A lot of these people are hiding. Yeah, I've been told immigrants what to do. I told them when this shit started, yo, just lay low. Don't go out here starting bullshit. If you're gonna protest, have an American flag. I've been said that. They didn't want to listen. We know what to do. Y'all are some niggas and all this other crazy shit. Let them do what they want to do.
In LA County. And that jail is generally, and I've been to different jails around the country, so it takes 12 to 13 hours to get processed in, dude. Yeah, so you weren't in no damn, quote, general population or shit.
My man got caught lying.
That's all cap. Yeah, it takes a minute. Yeah, it takes a minute to process you in.
Yeah, you don't be lying out here.
Say LA County's worse than prison. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
LA County is, Lord, the worst. LA County is a different beast.
Yeah.
You would wish you went to prison going to LA County. Nigga, LA County is different. I don't know how it is. I ain't been in decades, but shit. Nigga, LA County is a different beast. And it would take 13 hours to get, they call it, it's going to take you 13 hours to get your blues.
Thanks, Dorsey. He was just saying that.
Blue uniform, it takes you 13 hours to get in your blues. It takes a minute to get you processed and up in a dorm and in a bunk bed or whatever. It takes
Dorsey, you just said it.
So a lot of these other places are the same, but he's capping. Again, he's
Dorsey,
doing a lot
they
of
just
stuff
said
for
it.
content. But here's the thing. Y'all remember that a few days ago, he was out here trolling. There was some black lady, and I'm saying black with quotes. She might have been, I don't know, might have been a melanated immigrant. I don't know, but she aesthetically looked like a black lady. So she was like, her and Chud recognized each other. He was like, oh yeah, I remember you, whoop-de-whoop. I kind of remember you. She's like, yeah. We used to hang out. You used to sell me whoop-de-whoop and whoop-de-whoop. So he knew this black woman. He knew her and she knew him. Talk about how they used to kick it and all this stuff. So come to find out, she did another video. She's some kind of fetish dominatrix.
Oh
And she does these little sexual kinks. Oh, let me watch my words. Let me watch my words here on TikTok. Let me watch my words. So she does fetishes. And according to her, one of her things that she would do, and I don't think they're saying she's trans. I don't know.
Oh no!
She kept talking about her genitalia. I don't know if it was a strappy on. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even want to get into the graphic details of what's what with this woman.
Purr.
I don't know.
Hey girl,
But
how
she
you
kept
doing, Chud?
referencing her genitals. Hold on, man. Damn. Hold on.
Hi, bro.
Why, if I keep denying you, why do you
Bro,
keep
please watch.
requesting?
Purr. How you doing, girl? How you doing, Chud? How you doing, girl?
Yeah. Please, bro.
Yo, Pakistani Jimmy Neutron looking ass. That means I don't want to her. Just go about your business, man. They've been pack camel. I don't want to damage anything with this feet. He's annoying me. They say I don't know how your situation is, but do something else. Do something else. Said hang-ups when it comes to black people. They got like these pull up on him. I mean, what does it take to let these folks know I don't want to talk to you? They keep requesting over and over again. It's very annoying. One game, one business. TikTok hurt that man. He battle with you. Don't know my was. Okay, I hate when I'm on a roll chopping it up with the fan. I'm trying to talk to the. All right, I was talking about
They caught the niggas
Chud and the
grinder account. Oh
dominatrix.
shit.
I was talking about that. Now, this woman, she says that, yeah, she knows Chud and they would connect, and she gets into this fetish thing where she be pegging dudes.
Oh my
She
god.
pegs them.
Oh
Y'all know
my
what
god.
pegging is, right? Some of y'all, do y'all know what? Okay, y'all have to look it up. If y'all don't.
This is what happens to white supremacists. A lot. What's going on, Gallery? You know, this is what happens to a lot of white supremacists. They start going out here, you know, fucking each other and stuff like that, and this is what happened. And I think this is a trend, and this is why I say this goes on in a lot of white supremacy communities. A lot of people like Chad the Bussy Lover, you know, he got an anchor for some bussy, you know, and he gets busy. My man out here getting
Oh
busy.
no, I don't want to speak on that here. I got to be politically correct here. But this, according to this woman, allegedly, she was saying that she pegs Chud. And a lot of people have been saying he has an alternative lifestyle. Don't doubt it. But all of this is alleged. I don't know. This is what she said. They've been saying that Chud is really a punk. And as we see, when the rubber meets the road, when some brothers pull up on him, or he turns into a full Karen, he turns into a full biatch.
Yeah, that shit's
which is
crazy.
typical of the white tea supremacists. So that is believable. Yeah, her saying she pegged him, I'm not really shocked. And I want y'all to understand something about these white tea supremacists. A lot of these white tea supremacists, they have these sexual. Oh, let me watch my words.
They're
I
deviant.
love TikTok shop. Let me watch my words here. You gotta watch your words here. You gotta watch. Who is Chud? You don't know who Chud is? Okay. You don't know who Chud is?
Chud the Bussy Builder. Yeah, we know who Chud is.
Okay. How do you not? Okay. Well, look at. A lot of these people who are white tea supremacists, they
Yeah,
got
lust for
these
some
weird,
bussy. Yeah, you're right, Gullery.
intimate hang-ups when it comes to black people. They got like these fetishes. You understand what I'm saying? That's typical of white tea supremacy. They build their entire brand on anti-black rhetoric, using slurs to project dominance and superiority to their base. But privately, they got these little sick secret obsessions with the very people they
Hey,
claim to be.
yo, Dorsey, you're in Memphis right now. You're in Tennessee right now. That's where your boy Chud is from. He's from Tennessee. I think he's from like Nashville area. So the niggas is out there anchoring for some bussy out there in Nashville. That's what y'all niggas is doing down there, man. Y'all gotta be careful. Dorsey, better be careful out there in Nashville, man.
Spies. Their extreme public racism, that's a cover-up for their little private taboo fetishes of black people. Why do you think this guy has this weird fascination with black people? Some other dude says that he knew who Chud was, and Chud was running around here trying to talk with a black accent and all this stuff. So it's typical, just like Kid Rock. You yo word to the mother and all that, and then you turn into a Northern Confederate. So there's always this underlying disdain and jealousy of what you're trying to emulate, but you can never be. You can never be like foundational Black Americans. We're the true Americans. We are the true culture who had to get everything out of the mud.
Yeah, he's from Nashville.
You understand?
Ayo, Dorsey. Oh, okay.
Who has had to stand on business historically without any help. Juxtapose that to the white tea supremacists, who has a welfare system of white tea supremacy. White tea supremacy is a welfare system where you're propped up artificially based on your race and not your merit. So you need an unjust militarized back system in order to survive, because you can't really cut it on your own. There has to be some kind of unfair advantage to give you a leg up. The white tea supremacists.
Thanks for telling me that, Gullery. I didn't even know
their
that.
so-called supremacy is fake and it's manufactured and it's not real. You understand? Man, is my audio fine, family? Let me ask the family. Can you guys hear me pretty good? Is the audio fine? Is the audio fine, ladies and gentlemen? The audio is fine. Thank you so much. But you know what it is? It's also a plantation precedent, family. And y'all retweet this. Let everybody know I'm live. Let's look at institutional slavery. See, during slavery, the white tea enslavers, they systematically dehumanized Black people. So rape, you see, when they engage with us, it's usually about power and domination. So when you get intimately involved with somebody you view as racially inferior, it's not about love, it's not about humanity, it's about conquering or degrading. They get a psychological thrill out of acting out racial supremacy in the bedroom. And there's like a forbidden fruit pathology to a certain degree. See, that extreme hatred that they project outwardly, that fuels a kind of perverse internal desire. Because their ideology, it forbids race mixing with Black men and white tea women. That has to be controlled. But the white tea male, he's supposed to mix in with anybody he pleases. He's supposed to have his flexual way with any and everybody, men and women. So the Black body becomes the ultimate taboo. See, they're psychologically drawn to what they're supposed to be fighting against. It's a real deep, sick, cognitive dissonance where this hatred pretty much feeds their flexual deviance.
They're erotic
And the fact that this dude
deviant.
allegedly wants to get pegged by a Black woman, that's very interesting. See, we got to break that down. See, it's like you're getting humiliated by the people you're supposed to despise, because it's a controlled abdication of power. You know what I'm saying? You allow somebody to do something real freaky and weird to you. It's a controlled, temporary abdication.
Jesus Christ.
you can still, you sit at the top of the racial hierarchy in society and they hold the power, but
Mm.
allowing a black person to dominate or humiliate you behind closed doors, you're still the one directing the moves. You're
Mm-hmm.
allowing them. You're setting the boundaries. You're writing the script, and you can stop it at any time. Where you basically cosplay as being powerless. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that you can step right back into white tee privilege
Mm.
the second you walk out of that bedroom. It's a cosplay. They love doing little weird stuff with black folks.
Facts.
They're temporarily put in submissive positions. They fetishize oppression. See, when your entire ideology is based on being the ultimate dominator and the ultimate oppressor, the ultimate thrill is the ultimate forbidden taboo is to experience the reverse. So you want to cosplay as if you're being subjugated. You get like a real weird psychological rush pretending to be the victim or the inferior one because it's the opposite of reality that you enforce in the real world. You dig? So they're turning the real historic trauma and subjugation of black people into a twisted bedroom kink.
Mm.
These people, there's some weird stuff going on with these people. You know? And even when you got a black woman pegging you, you still reducing her to a prop, basically, a highly specific racialized tool used to facilitate your own sexual deviance. So in your mind, the black woman is there to perform a service that a white woman couldn't do for him psychologically. You see. So they use blackness as a prop
Mm-hmm.
to achieve their own little degenerate climax. You know? Because they know that being an alpha racist is fraudulent. They know that. That behavior exposes the fragility and the fraudulence of the white supremacist ideology. He loves walking around yelling the N-word with his chest out with some pepper spray and a gun in his pocket, yelling the N-word, making sure everything is filmed, acting like he's an apex predator. And the minute some real certified brothers push up on him, all of a sudden he turns into a Karen immediately. When everything is equal, when somebody pushes up on him and say, hey, I'm holding two, what's up? Oh God, hello, police, please come. The blacks are surrounding me. Oh God, they're gonna get me, dude. He goes into full punk mode.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what he really is. And having these peg fetishes, that justifies what he really is. He knows what he is. He knows he's a punk, and most of the white supremacists know they're punks. You know? So they like to live their real truth behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
You know? and project this whole Chuck Norris alpha male nonsense outwardly.
Steven
Acting
Seagal.
like he's some kind of outlaw. You're not an outlaw, dude. You depend on the very system that you think you're outlawing against. No, you need white supremacy to protect you. Yeah? And, the people out there, they ain't really crashed out on him because, again, this dude, he's going around filming. A lot of people are saying, hey, what's going on with Nashville? Why y'all ain't crash out? I get it. And a lot of people see that this is a punk loser. All right, is it worth crashing out on film? Now, one thing I don't like, there's some black folks who get around him cacan and kikiing. I don't know what y'all doing as far as that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of these black folks who are trying to clout chase, they get around him kind of cacan. I've seen some samboing out here that's problematic.
Facts. Me too.
I've seen some of that. But I get why certain people ain't really crashed out on him. Because, it's the dude is going around filming. And let me just understand how street rules work. And when you do a drill, you ain't really doing it on camera. And when you drilling on somebody, man, when you hitting somebody, usually there's a personal reason. It has to do with money or some street business. That's usually why cats get drilled on the block. It's some street business that went wrong, and somebody had to enforce something to send a message to other people in the streets. It's that. Some street cats drilling down on Chud. It's kind of, you don't really get anything out of it on a street level. I'm just talking about just on a street level. There's really no benefit. Ain't no money in it. The dude is running around filming, so doing a drill on film, would you gonna make your hood hot? You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at it just from a street level, how, you know, you're doing a drill on somebody. He wasn't tough and Popeye. Yeah, you're doing a drill on somebody who's filming, who's clearly, and people believe that this guy has the police on his side. He got somebody in the police department who he's clicked in with, kind of assisting him. This is why he's remaining in the same area. He has not gone outside of the downtown Nashville area for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Memphis is like, shit, 3 hours away, right? Yeah, Memphis is like 3 hours away. So he can go up there and get things cracking. Yeah?
He ain't stupid.
No, you saying my mic is cutting in and out, but people say my mic sounds good. My mic sounds good so far, ladies and gentlemen. Got some here saying stuff. Let's get James Manning. All right, James?
How you doing?
I'm good. James, where you from, man?
Yeah, I'm from the Bronx, but I'm African.
Yeah, what part of Africa is your family from?
Oh, they Senegalese. For me.
Really?
He's in Harlem.
You said what tribe?
Yeah.
Wolof.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But
now is this your picture?
Nah. This my godfather right there.
Your godfather's a Puerto Rican with a beard?
Yeah. Damn, you knew Puerto Rican? Damn, how you knew that?
Yeah, you ain't Senegalese because you have a Latino accent, sir. What part of Latin America are you from?
Yo, Tariq, how you gonna tell me what I am and what I'm not?
Yeah, because you sound like Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Matter of fact, fuck you, ugly ass fat nigga. Yo, I'm gonna smack you when I see you.
That's New York for you.
Puerto Rican tether. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
okay,
New
I
York.
removed him. Yeah, and you had to think of a tribe. Yeah, that's not a Senegalese. Yeah, I knew you weren't Senegalese. Yeah, you Latino tethers are the worst. Yo, you can be spotted a mile away, and y'all can't sound tough to save your life. You're Latino, sir. Yeah, you crashed out immediately. You sound little. You're a little Latina, all right? You're a little old Latina. You're like little Ariana Grande. Oh, shit. All right? You don't sound tough. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all Latin dudes, please stop trying to call up sounding tough. It's not convincing at all. It's not convincing whatsoever. Y'all sound very moist. You sound demure body. And you have a life, you're Celia Cruz. Just be that. Be who you are. All right? That's all.
Motivated assault.
She wears an apparatus and uses it on these dudes, from what I understand, right?
Extreme slaps.
How you been, man?
I'm in Memphis.
I know you ain't in no Memphis.
No, I swear to God, I went to Gus's Fried Chicken tonight. I'm dating all the FBA sisters out here.
Oh, Lord. Them FBA sisters, they don't like wet dog smell.
Oh,
Boy, how you been, man?
No, I love it.
Are you in the Dominican? You're in the Dominican Republic for real?
No, I'm not. I'm actually in Memphis. I've been here for like 2 weeks. I want to go to Nashville and like stream slaps. Chud, I got an interview with the girl that you're talking about. Her name's Lily Venus, and so I've got an interview with her on Wednesday. And she's not trans. She is a female, but you know, I'm gonna get some good clips from that.
I gotta hear that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking because they kept saying she was trans, but I'm like, she doesn't.
No, she's not trans.
She wears an apparatus. I'm watching my language here. So she wears an apparatus and uses it on these dudes, from what I understand, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna get into that like in the interview, but yeah, like I think that what's gonna happen at Chud So there used to be this guy. His name was Johnny Young, J. Rockefeller. He went from a few different aliases, and he was out of California. And so he was a self-described incel, and it's basically the same shtick. Is he used to go up to women, say some sleazy pickup line, they would reject him. He'd continue to rage bait him, and then he'd pepper spray him. And so he did that to 6 different women, and all of the women initiated the physical contact. So they threw a shoe at him, they slapped him, and then he pepper sprayed him. But he was done with a dangerous weapon, aggravated assault, with a hate crime enhancement because he's explicitly targeted women to profit off them. So it's the same thing with Chad. It's the exact same playbook. So look up Johnny Young. Just type in Johnny Young incel arrest, and you'll see that there's parallels. And Tennessee does have similar laws, because I asked Grok to cross reference, is this, because obviously it's a different state, but Grok says the same laws would apply here. And it's not just that too. He's brandishing a weapon besides from the pepper spray. There's videos of him flashing the weapon, and there's one where he's because he goes up to a bunch of black dudes, oh, this is that dude that goes up and rage baits black people and says he's gonna pepper spray him and shoot him. He's yeah, I got more than pepper spray, and then he goes pew pew pew, pulls out his fingers and shoots a pistol and says, I'm a cowboy. So I think that the most likely situation is that he's, this Johnny Young guy, he's in prison for 4 years. He got 4 years for that. So I think the more realistic, if he doesn't get killed.
Watch Dr. Davinsky.
Sorry. I mean,
I love TikTok shop. I love TikTok.
Yeah, it's about. I mean, if he doesn't get hurt in the streets, he's probably going to have legal consequences. The FBI's already questioning him. He's screwed.
Yeah, they are.
My bad, Tariq. I know this TikTok.
There you go. It's all good. Thank you so much, Dr. Davinsky. What's up, sister? Keela?
Yes, that's it. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, beloved. How are you?
She sounds Somalian.
I'm doing all right.
Ethiopian.
I just kind of wanted to add my comments on the whole Chud the Builder thing.
Yes, ma'am.
I think he's underestimating the level at which the streets will crash out, right? Because there are definitely people that if black people will drill on each other, this is nothing. Right? He's going to run into somebody that's not going to care about the law. They're not going to care about the fact that he's on live, and it's not going to end well for him.
Yeah, he's playing Russian roulette. He's definitely playing. Yeah, the streets right now, everybody's kind of, they ain't trying to crash out on a stream because they see that it's a trap. But you can't keep rolling the dice without crapping out. Thank you, beloved. So, hey, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see how this thing works out. All right. And people keep talking about, oh, there might be copycats. It ain't going to be too many copycats, because if you try this in other cities, the other cities might not be as patient as Nashville. All right. Everybody is being settled on. We need to be starved, gets laid out. Let me see. Who is this? Erica James? Let me get all these people in here. Erica James, hop on in, beloved. Miss Erica, you in here? Let's hop on in, dear. All right, I think I added you. Let me see. We got a lot of people in here. Let's try Sugar Bones. All right, Sugar Bones. What's up, Sugar Bones?
Sugar Bones. Yo, niggas
Sugar
is
Bones,
crazy.
you in here?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's end the show, everybody. Yeah, let's end the show. Give me a second. Let me. So I'm gonna say this, everybody. Yeah, white supremacy is about to go into a war right now. The reason why I show y'all certain different things, but it was kind of similar. I showed you the history of white supremacy just saying crazy shit about us, to white supremacy asking us for help, white supremacy saying that we're all American just to manipulate it. White supremacy fighting each other. It's just this is what it's turning into, and what black Americans is doing is the proper thing. Just stand back and watch them crash out. I think that's perfect. I think we are doing we're doing God's work, and that's not helping anybody. You know, let God do his job, you know, and this is what God is doing. He's like, yeah, let these motherfuckers crash out. They want to play evil games. They're gonna win evil's prizes. So this is what it's turning into, everyone. So again, push, don't fight back, don't argue, and I'm talking to you immigrants too. Stop arguing with these motherfuckers. I told y'all this years ago. Y'all didn't want to listen. So now y'all got to deal with the bullshit, you know? So, but I'm going to give my shout outs, everybody. Give me a second. So shout out to Dorsey, Breeze Omega, Black Snow Bunny King, Ray. Shout out to you, Ray. I didn't see you all day today. Imperio, Gullery, St. Michael's, Osto Gray, Duke 310, and Knock. Shout out to Knock. Everybody, we had actually, we was lit on other channels too. So shout out to everybody in other channels. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. We're doing a reaction video tomorrow. So yeah, definitely stick around for that tomorrow. 8:45. We're gonna do an early show. 8:45 tomorrow or 8:30. So definitely I'll see you tomorrow and